So, okay. So, hi guys, good evening, and welcome to our From Farm to Cup episode with our local farmers. We do have Ma'am Brenda Claver for tonight's speaker, and for tomorrow's part 2 episode, we're going to have Mr. Sergio Lun. Ayan, for our two parts episode from Farm to Cup. And please pin your videos to Ma'am Brenda, or you can just actually go for the multiple views para makita natin yung speakers din. And for the questions, you can just type in your questions, or after Ma'am Brenda's presentation, we could go with the Q&A para tuloy-tuloy lang yung flow ng presentation. Okay, you guys ready? Are we good? Okay, sige ma'am. Let's start. Introduce yourself first. Yan. Wait lang. Naka-mute si Ma'am Brenda. Wait lang.
Hi.
Ayan. Ayan. Game. Alright. Mm-hmm.
Hi everybody. So, I'm new to the group ng Arcana. So, I was added by Miss Jamie. Kasi she's from, ang tawag ito, may sister-in-law siya na nandito sa Kalinga.
Mm-hmm.
So, she added me to the group and thank you for accepting po yung pag-join ko.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm Brenda Claver. So, ano ba? Ang dami kong ano eh. Paano ba? So, I started into coffee. My coffee journey started in 2011. So, hindi ako coffee drinker. I don't drink coffee. Minom lang siguro ako ng coffee nung nagre-review ako sa board exams. That's it. But more on tea drinker ako. But I fell in love with coffee nung nakita ko yung potential nung farm. So, I'll share my slides na po.
Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
Sir, nakalagay is host, disabled participants, screen share.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me fix that.
Bali, I'm a nurse by profession. Nursing is my calling, but coffee is another calling, I think.
Malapit na yan. Isa-isa lang yan.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
can you try it one more, Master? Tingnan natin kung okay na. There you go. Yep. Yan. Okay.
Okay. So, yan. JAC Farms, Kalinga, is located in Tabuk, Kalinga province. Now, this is a 15-hectare farm. Planted siya with so many different trees. May mangoes, may coffee, may papaya. We have also indigenous trees like nara, acacia, eucalyptus. So, it was developed in the early 70s kasi ito. By the spouse, may father-in-law tsaka yung mother-in-law ko. So, yun, the farm was a cogonal pa lang. Cogonal as in nothing thrived except grass. But through their efforts, they keep planting. Walang nangyayari. And then one time, one missionary came to visit Kalinga. Sinabi niya na it's a Japanese missionary. So sabi niya na acidic yung soil. So you have to plant ipil, kawkawati, just to lessen the acidity of the soil. So yun yung ginawa nila hanggang sa meron naman nag-thrive. So yun yung start ng JAC, pag-develop nila ng farm. Pero nagtatanim sila ng pinya, tapos kape, mangga, iba-ibang mga prutas ang tinatanim nila doon. Ang problem lang kasi walang water. There's no water source. Parang rain-fed lang siya. So ang hirap talagang magpadami ng mga halaman or mga puno. Yun. Pero in years time, hanggang sa naging wala nang nabawasan na talaga yung acidity ng soil, marami naman nang nag-try.
Yeah.
Kaya maganda naman yung naging ko nila. And then, nagtanim sila before ng nagtatanim sila ng Robusta coffee. Ang sabi sa akin ng mami ko, the species of Robusta is in Ivory Coast. Pero I've been doing so many research. Wala akong wala akong nababasa na ganun na Robusta. Pero yun, they bought it from Nestle. Nestle. And then, after 5 years, they've been selling yung kanilang mga produce sa Nestle. Nestle Philippines, that they have a base in Tuguegarao. Kaso, yun, napabayaan yung farm. Wala na nagme-maintain hanggang decades na napabayaan. So, noong 2011, naengganyo ako kasi I really see the potential of the farm. So, I suggested that we venture into coffee, selling coffee. Kasi pinapamigay lang namin yung coffee.
Talaga?
Kasi pinapamigay lang. Yeah.
Sayang, di ko naabutan yan.
So, yun. So, nakuha naman, I tapped the DTI. Sabi ko, I'm managing now the JAC Farms. So, I want to learn. Sabi ko sa DTI. So, because I have no knowledge about coffee. And then, yun na. So, DTI taught me sa lahat ng mga seminars, trainings, workshops about coffee. Kaya doon na ako nag-start from 2011 to 2014.
Nice.
And then I tried selling. So wala pa akong nilabas na product noon. Ang ginawa lang namin is naglinis kami ng farm, nag-rejuvenate kami, nagtanim kami ng mga more coffee trees. And then 2014 yun, I started nag-try ako magbenta. And then I get feedbacks na, bakit masarap yung coffee mo? Bakit ngayon hindi? What happened? So, doon ko na-realize, teka nga muna, kasi pag naubusan ako ng supply sa sariling farm, bumibili ako dun sa mga jeep na bumababa from different barangays or different municipalities in Kalinga. As in, makikipag-unahan ako kasi hindi lang ako ang buyer ng coffee doon. May mga traders din, may mga middleman. Talagang umaangkas sila sa mga jeep. So, ganun yung ginagawa ko kasi I thought,
grabe. Oo.
And then one time, tinulak ako. Tinulak nila ako. So, sabi ko, sabi ng husband ko, I don't think that you should be doing that anymore kasi hindi naman na maganda yung itulak ka, di ba? Siyempre, hindi ka naman pwedeng manulak kasi mas maganda sila sa'yo.
Grabe naman.
So sabi ko, iniba ko na yung paraan ko. Sabi ko, kung sa taste lang, I think may problem sa processing kasi hindi ko makontrol yung lasa ng coffee eh. Hindi ko nakokontrol yung processing na ginagawa ng mga farmers. So sabi ko, sige, wag na nga. So ang ginawa ko, nag-venture muna ako. I talked to one farmer. Meron siyang nili sa akin na 1 hectare land. So dun lang ako nag-start.
Wow.
And then, so tinuturuan ko siya, binabayaran ko siya to maintain his farm. Ganon. Pero pag magbibenta siya, ako yung priority na bibentahan niya. Hanggang sa nakikita niya, bakit dumadami na yung harvest ko ngayon, nagiging maganda na yung harvest ko ngayon, tapos tumataas pa yung price. So hanggang sa nakita naman ng mga katabi na farm, may mga farm sila, yun, nakipag-enter na rin ako into a lease contract with them hanggang sa lumaki na.
Nice.
So, lumaki na yung hinahawakan kong farm and then iba't ibang lugar na in Kalinga. Kasi doon ko napatunayan na there is something that yung sa important doon sa may processing ng coffee to maintain yung kalidad na gusto mo.
Yeah.
Yun yung story sa kaya ako na pumasok sa coffee. Okay, start on my slide.
Okay, game. Grabe, ang ganda. Ang ganda ng story.
Intro
pa lang yun. Okay.
Intro pa lang.
Okay, game. Actually, good. Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, so start ko muna sa history ng mag-change. Sa history ng coffee. So, I always start my icon kasi saan ba nanggaling ang kape natin?
Yeah.
Ipapakilala ko sa inyo si Caldi. Some of you might know him, the others baguhan.
Yeah.
Si Caldi, si siyang goat herder from Ethiopia, Africa. So, one time, napansin niya yung kanyang mga kambing nung hapon ang tawag namin doon eh. Yung afternoon, ipapasok niya na sa kulungan or what barn or whatever. Hindi ko alam kung may barn sila before. So, napansin niya na the goats are acting very, very strangely. So, they've been prancing, dancing, jumping. So, the next day, pinuntahan niya. Tinignan niya sinilip niya kung ano ba yung ginagawa ng mga kambing. And then, napansin niya na they were eating red berries. So, nung kinakain nila, and then they acted that way. So, tinikman niya. Kumuha siya ng bunga, tinikman niya, sabi niya, wala na akong makain, matigas, sabi niya gano'n. Matamis pero matigas. So, he brought it to the monks sa monastery. Ganun din yung ginawa ng mga monks. Tinikman nila, matamis siya pero matigas yung din sa loob. Kaya tinapon nila dun sa may pugon. Pagtapon nila dun sa may apoy, they started to smell something aromatic. Kaya, yun, doon na nag-start. They got yung roasted na coffee and then they popped it. Yun. Doon na nag-start yung ng pag-inom ng coffee. So, maraming mga versions about the story of how, the history of coffee. Meron naman sa Yemen, they claim that halos ganun din. Bird naman yung nakita ng isang tao, tapos napansin niya ganun yung mga birds. So, I don't know which one to believe now, pero that's how the legend.
Pero ako, I'll go with Caldi at this time.
You go
Caldi
with
ako, Caldi ako. Okay, ma'am, go.
Okay. So, yan. Sa early years of coffee naman, yan, nagkaroon ng coffee cultivation and trading in the Arabian Peninsula. So, the 15th century, coffee was being grown in Yemen district of Arabia. And by 16th century, it was known in Persia, Egypt, Syria, and Turkey. So, because of yung barter system before, nagkakaroon ng exchange of products, kaya dun kumalat or dun naglipanan na yung mga coffee. So, sa Philippines naman, it was introduced in early 1730s. So, when a Franciscan friar planted the first coffee in Batangas. Kaya, before, pag narinig kong coffee, na-associate na kaagad yung Batangas, di ba?
Yeah.
Yun yung nakalakihan ko eh. Pag sinabing kape, Batangas. So, coffee was introduced to the Philippines from Mexico. The coffee production was later promoted by Argusinian friars, Brenda and Varas in different parts of Batangas, like Ibaan, Lemery, San Jose, Taal, Tanawan. So, coffee plantations became part of the foundation of Batangas economy, and Lipa was later labeled as the coffee capital of the Philippines.
Nice.
Alam naman natin lahat yun.
Oo.
Hi, Sir Lindon.
Yeah, master, mga OG natin, nandyan. Kaway naman dyan, master.
So, ito ang JAC Farms. Yan yung fish pen.
Ay, wow, ganda.
So, yeah, kamanggahan mostly yan eh. Tapos under the mango trees, yun yung mga coffee trees. Tapos sarit-sari pa, may mga guyabano, iba pang mga fruit trees, rambutan, lansones, gano'n. So, early 70s yan that was developed. So, JAC Farms has ventured into rice farming, corn farming, tapos poultry raising. I was born in Manila. Lumaki ako sa Manila. Pagdating ko dito, puro lupa. So, I had to learn how to do the rice farming, pati yung corn farming, kung kailan mag-aabono, kung kailan magpapatil, kung kailan ang akit, lahat. I had to learn that kasi I really have to adjust sa buhay probinsya na yung lugar ko. So, we had poultry raising, may ducks, may chicken, turkey, geese, yun. And then, ayan, backyard swine raising. So, we have the native, tsaka yung mga hyper, yung mga puti. We also learned how to make our own feeds.
Nice.
Kami gumagawa ng feeds namin using yung mga raw materials like yung mais. Kaya, napilitan kaming mag-corn farming kasi nga, we make our own feeds.
Yeah.
So, yung pinaka-base niya, corn. So, kung gusto nyo, yung mag-venture ng mais, piggery dyan, bigyan ko kayo ng formula.
Yun, no?
Feeds.
Grabe, hindi lang pala coffee.
So may mango production din.
Mm.
Karamihan doon is may mango. Pero yung katabi ng farm na 15 hectares, meron pang 50 hectares, puro mangga yun. Kaso, because of politics, sinunog. So, about 5,000 trees ang burn down.
Grabe.
So, yeah. So, dun sa may 15 hectares, dun lang yung natira for the mango. And then, nag-venture rin ako nitong mushroom production. Nitong COVID lang. Kasi, bumaba yung demand for coffee. Halos wala kaming sales. Kawawa yung mga farmers na kasama namin. So, in demand naman ang mushroom sa amin. So, nag-venture kami into mushroom.
Galing.
Mushroom production. Yan. So, coffee production naman, ito yung pinaka-main, ito yung concentration. But later on, siguro mag-expand kami. So, ito yung mga trees na tinanim namin ng 2013. 2013, yung dalawa ng asawa ko. And then, yan, matataas na sila ngayon. Ay, malalaki na sila ngayon. Now, you could see yung mga acacia sa likod. That was planted ng 2011. Kasi yung natutunan ko nun you have to do land preparation before you can
Correct.
plant the coffee trees. So sa production, quality of planting materials used, farm inputs, either fertilizer can be used are organic or synthetic, the availability of water, the regular cleaning, and coffee tree rejuvenation. So, nag-venture din ako dyan yung ANC. Sinong may alam dyan? Hello, ANC. African Nightcrawlers. Ganda yan. Napatunayan na talagang I tested na siya. I use it sa farm. I use it sa corn. Sa farm, I was able to produce 180 bags of rice, palay for 1 hectare area lang.
Nice.
Maganda. So we constantly do rejuvenation kasi the trees are more than 30 years old na. So, but we do section by section, hindi kami nagto-total rejuve. So, simultaneous yan, rejuvenation, and then we do planting. So, rainy season ngayon, ito yung time for rejuvenation talaga.
I see.
Yeah. So, production, we do plant. Continuous, kaya magkakaiba ang sizes ng mga coffee namin. But we made sure na either merong kawkawate or merong acacia na katabi.
For your manpower, Master, like, ilan yung caretakers mo dyan? Or, like, ilan lang yung tao mo dyan sa farm nyo?
Okay. Yung pinaka-technician ko sa coffee, isa lang yung na-train ko. Kasi iba-iba yung hawak nila eh. Merong isa sa mushroom, may isa sa piggery, may isa sa coffee. Isa lang, but we get from the barangay sa Bulanao, Kalagdaw, we get din yung mga nearby farmers na kapag meron planting season, tatawagin namin sila. Pag rejuvenation, tatawagin namin sila.
I see.
Pero yung year-round maintenance, we have five na tao doon. So constantly, we do we keep planting coffee kasi ang laki na ng demand from JAC Farms. Tapos yung contract ko with the farmers is 5 years. So the good thing about having the contract with farmers is I teach them how to properly do yung maintenance ng kanilang farm, and then yung pagre-rejuvenate kasi bago sila sa rejuvenation ayaw nilang magputol ng kahoy kasi sayang daw ang bunga. They don't know that if they do rejuvenation and maintain only 4 to 5 branches, they could get more coffee berries, they could harvest more. So, yan. This was in 2000. Ito yung tinaniman namin na 2013. Then this photo was taken in 2016. So, ayan na yung mga coffee. Yan, sila na yan. 2013. So, 3 years, malaki na. Ito naman yung land preparation ko for expansion. So, these photos were just taken this week. Kasi I want to show everybody na before you plant coffee, you have to prepare the land. You need shade trees. Kaya ang ginamit ko na shade trees dito is the acacia. Pero intercrop siya with Nara. Kasi it has been proven na, napansin ko, yung mga coffees grown sa near Nara trees, they produce different flavor. I don't know why, pero napansin ko talaga. And even sa DNR yata, they've been encouraging to plant Nara. So, ini-intercrop ko ang Nara with Acacia. Acacia kasi mabilis eh. Ang Nara, it takes so long for it to grow. Now, we constantly do coffee rejuvenation. So, from the first photo dito sa pinaka-right, pag nakikita nyo, 8 branches yan. And then, magka-cut kami, mag-iwan kami ng 4. That is to allow yung, may makuha ka pa rin na, may mga harvest ka pa rin na berries, while yung new trunks is magpo-produce siya ng shoots. So, what we do is, we do rejuvenation during rainy season. So, we knee-high, and then you cut it slanting. We are using chainsaw, yung malit na chainsaw. The reason is that Robusta yung rooting system ng Robusta, it spreads out. It's not pailalim. So, if you use a bolo, pwede mo siyang magalaw. Madidisturb mo yung rooting system niya. So, we're using chainsaw, small chainsaw, para clean yung cutting. And then we do section per section. So, every rejuvenation period, magre-rejuvenate kami ng 50 trees, and then next year, 50 trees again. So, hindi total, para meron pa rin kaming ma-harvest na coffee berries. So, ito yung mga result ng mga rejuvenated coffee trees. Imagine this would be, before ko siya kinat, 2-story, 3-story high. Tapos yung leaves niya nandun lang sa pinakataas. So sabi ko, we're not waiting for a miracle. Might as well rejuvenate, mag-prune na lang.
Ay,
so,
galing.
Yan. Yeah. Ito yung first fruiting niya. Yan, nag-dry na kasi yung flowers niya. Pero ito yung first fruiting niya when we cut it noong 2013, 2016, nabukan na siya. Namunga na siya. Yan. So you can see dun sa may baba, slanting cut, and then merong bagong shoots na lumabas. This one naman, it's one trunk lang siya. We had no choice but to mag-total pruning kami dito sa kabilang picture. It is risky if you do total pruning kasi hindi mo alam kung mabubuhay or mamamatay yung tree. But for us, we do it during rainy season kasi the coffee rejuvenated trees need support. Water lang naman talaga ang pwedeng makasupport sa kanila.
So question, kahit rainy season, may possible pa rin na hindi mag-succeed yung rejuvenation? Like ilang percentage yung mga successful compared to the failures? Like 100% sure ba na ma-rejuvenate?
Hindi. Kasi meron talagang trees na hindi na talaga nakapag-recover, lalo na kung hindi maganda yung area. Kasi napansin ko dun sa areas na exposed siya sa sun, wala siyang shade, hindi na siya nakapag-recover. So, ginawa namin, nagtanim na lang kami sa katabi niya. Kinabihan na lang namin para yung space is, meron pa rin siya.
Okay.
Kaya, yung mga rejuvenated trees, kapag hindi siya nabuhay, doon kami tawag namin sugot. Magpa-plant doon sa pwesto niya. So, yan, ganyan ang itsura. So, imagine that na more than 30 years old na trees, tapos may mga bagong shoots. So, we really have to do that kasi we're not getting that much berries naman. So, why not rejuvenate na lang?
Correct.
So, knee-high, and then, pag meron ng tumubo na shoots, i-cut mo na yung naiwan pa na 4. So, proper maintenance lang. You have to keep visiting the farm every now and then. Yan. So, nakita niyo yung stump. Kinat ko na kasi meron ng tumubo from the first pruning that we did. Kinat ko na yung second branch, itong mas taller na to. Kinat ko na siya kasi marami ng shoots na lumabas. So, from these shoots, mamimili ka na naman. Hindi lahat yan is kailangan mong buhayin. The reason that we only select we only select 4 to 5 branches is it's easier. Number 1, easier sa maintenance. Number 2, pagkukonti yung nag-aagawan sa nutrients, mas maganda yung bunga. Mas maganda yung pag-branch out niya, mas magandang bunga, mas maraming bunga. Yan. So, nagka-cut kami. Pag meron ng shoots, ika-cut na namin yung ibang branches. And then we select from the branches. So, this is what we call the water sprout. Pag yung isang dangkal or more than isang dangkal na yung space between the branch to branch, that is water sprout. So, it retains more water but bears little shoots. So, what do you do with that? Tinatanggal namin.
Got it.
One time I was in Ilocos Sur. Sinabi ko na ganyan, ito yung sinabi ko, yan din yung nagbigay ako ng picture na ganyan. And then sabi niya, mistake, sabi nung barangay Tanod. Sabi ko, bakit sir? Yan naman yung matataba na branches, sabi niya. Yan yung malalaking branches. So, siya yung iniwan ko, sabi niya gano'n. So, sabi ko, sir, matataba sila, mukha silang healthy, is because marami silang kinukonsume na water. The problem dun sa iba, they consume too much, yung ibang branches, hindi na nasusuportahan. Pero yan, pag namunga yan, 1, 2, 3, so why retain it?
So, automatic, tanggalin talaga.
Tanggal talaga yan. Kahit na mukha siyang healthy, it will not bear that much fruits.
Makes sense.
So, ang iiwanan namin is ganyan lang. Ganyan lang yung distance because knowing coffee, saan ba siya mamumunga? Di ba yung branches yung mag-i-spread out yan? Yan. So, you need more branches, you need more leaves yan, in between na yan. Kasi dito mag-i-spread yung berries niya. Doon siya mamumunga. So, ganyan lang ang distance na kailangan mo. And then we also do topping. Kung anong height mo, better kung ganun din yung height ng coffee.
Talaga?
So, one time, yes. Kasi, one time, may nagtanong, nagpakita ko ng pictures sa mga coffee, sabi niya doon sa may coffee, Ma'am, where do you buy that dwarf coffee? Sabi niya, Sir, walang dwarf. Walang dwarf coffee, sabi ko. Topping lang yung ginagawa namin. Sa iba na nakakakita or nakapunta na sa BSU in Longlong, or those who know Sir Val Macanes, you could see it, yung height lang ng mga coffee trees nila, nasa 4 feet lang. And then spreading, yung mga Arabica. So, hindi yung dwarf coffee. Talagang you do the topping. The reason why we do topping is, kasi ganito yan, yung coffee tree, kahoy siya. Pero pag hindi mo in-stun yung growth niya or hindi mo pinigilan yung growth niya, lalaki at lalaki siya. Even up to 2-story, 3-story high. Now, the reason that we do topping is hindi pupunta sa trunk yung kanyang nutrients. Kung hindi, maglalabas siya ng branches. Diba? Saan ba namumunga? Doon ba sa trunk or sa branches? Sa branches. That's why we do topping. Para hindi na siya lalaki. So, ano saan nidadalhin? Mag-i-spread siya. Maglalabas siya ng new branches pa sideways. That's why topping is very, very important. Tuwing coffee season, dito sa hospital, karamihan, noong 2013, marami kami mga fractured. Pag tinanong namin, pag ina-interview sila sa admission or sa ER, sabihin nila, karamihan bata eh. Kung ano nangyari sa kanya? Siyempre, mag-i-interview ka sa parents. Umakyat sa kape kasi namitas. Sabi ko, okay, start na ng coffee season. Kasi nga, yung kanilang mga kape, they're 2 stories high, 3 stories high, 4 stories high. Nag-aantay sila ng miracle na merong mag-branch out dun sa kanyang trunk. Which is, kasi ayaw nilang, nasasayangan sila sa bunga, which is nandun naman sa taas. So, it's hard to instill dun sa mga farmers that you need to support the coffee. You need to rejuvenate. Kasi ang lagi nilang reklamo, pumunti na yung bunga, wala na kaming ganong nakikita, kaya wala na kaming ganong na-harvest, kaya puputulin na lang namin, papalitan namin ng mais. Yun yung nangyari dito sa Kalinga. Kaya before, Kalinga is ang daming kape, ngayon napapalitan ng mais. Pero in years time, bumabalik na sila sa coffee. Kasi lumalaki na naman na ulit yung demand ng coffee.
Correct.
Sa lahat ng places na pinuntahan ko, sharing my knowledge or educating people, training people, nahirapan ako dito mismo sa area ko, Kalinga. Honestly. Why? Hindi sila receptive. Yung mga new techniques na natutunan ko and I share to them, ang laging sagot nila sa akin, sino ka ba? Bago ka lang sa coffee. kami, years na, taon na. Anong alam mo? Yun ang sabi sa akin. Sabi ko, okay, sige po. Okay lang. Kaya yun, mas lumabas ako. So, I've been to Ilocos Sur. So, I tie up with DTI. So, yun. Ilocos Sur, I've been there for 3 years, 2016, 17, 18. Training coffee farmers. Sabi nila sa akin, sabi ko sa kanila, ano bang problem? What's a problem that na-encounter nyo sa kape? Sabi ko sa kanila. Sabi nila, buyer. Tapos, yung supply, bumababa. Okay. Sige, maglabas kayo ng masarap na kape, bibigyan ko kayo ng buyer. Yun. So, that was my challenge to them. So, we continued with the trainings. Ganun pala. So, lahat sa kanila baguhan. When I was taught by DTI Ilocos Sur, sabi nila, ma'am, training mo man, please kindly train yung mga farmers namin dito sa Ilocos Sur. Sabi ko, what? May kape sa Ilocos Sur? I mean, hindi ko alam kasi hindi naman known, di ba? Hindi known eh. Ang alam natin karamihan is Baguio. Di pa. Yun lang yung alam natin. May kape sa Ilocos Sur? Yes, ma'am. Sabi niya gano'n. So, yun. Nung nag-start kami, I was really amazed. Kasi, Ilocos Sur has a barangay in Suyo, Ilocos Sur, na ang elevation niya is 1,600, like Sagada. And that is, sabi ko, wow. Ang alam ko sa Ilocos Sur, mainit.
Ngayon ko lang din siyang nalaman. Ang galing
Oo. Tapos, hindi ko rin alam na merong Arabica in Ilocos Sur. Yun. Merong Arabica doon. And it was really, really good. The problem is si farmer, ang tawag nito, naki-join siya sa amin, naki-join siya sa training. And now, I think he's doing good. Pero yung production niya, hindi paggaanong karami. So, he's more into planting pa lang. So, but he has a very, very good Arabica.
Nice.
Ganun po. So, that was in Ilocos Sur. Very, very receptive sila doon. Lahat ng coffee areas na puntahan ko doon, very receptive. What I'm just worried about is, puro sila matatanda. Walang mga younger ones na who's really interested in coffee.
Yun yung challenge doon. Oo.
Kaya, I don't know. So, ang ginagawa naman ng DTI doon is doon sa mga bata or sa mga younger ones, they're training them for mga barista 101, barista 102. Yun. So, ang problem ko doon, paano yung production?
Correct.
Yung production ang dapat natin tingnan kasi yun yung bumababa eh. So, yun ang kailangan natin talagang paramihin. Yun, sana ma-address yun. Kaya ang sabi ko, kung sino man yung nakikinig ngayon, venture into coffee production.
Lahat to, etong 28 na to, bukas na bukas. Sure ball yan.
Okay. Sa coffee farm maintenance naman, ito po si Berry Borer. Now, kung nakikita nyo na inyong mga beans or na-encounter kayo ng beans na may mga butas-butas, siya po ang salarin. Yan, siya si Berry Borer. Now, pag nakita ko po ang beans ng isang farmer, malalaman ko na kaagad yung management niya or kung ano yung ginagawa niya sa farm niya. Pag yung beans niya, kinuha ko sa farm ko, dumakot ako, nakita ko na marami siyang butas, ibig sabihin yan, si farmer, hindi siya nag-harvest totally sa kanyang coffee farm. Nag-iwan siya probably ng dried coffee or nag-iwan siya ng green berry, ganun. Hindi niya hinarvest lahat, so meron siyang naiwan. Now, yung mga naiiwan na yun ang pinapasok ni Berry Borer, nangingitlog siya doon, and then, dadami siya, kaya sa next na panaglabas ng prutas or yung fruiting ng coffee, doon ulit siya pumapasok sa ilalim. Doon yun kasi yung malambot na part eh. So kapag yung coffee samples na dinala sa akin or pinakita sa akin is marami siyang butas, sabi ko, hindi, very poor yung kanyang management doon sa may farm. You know? So tapos kapag meron naman akong nakikitang farm, kasi may mga iba na nagpapa-assist, sabi niyo, can you punta ka sa farm, tignan mo kami pwede kong magawa. Sabi ko. So pag titignan ko yung farm, titignan ko lang yung location niya, titignan ko yung sabi ko sa kanila, may 2 years ka nang hindi nag-harvest. So, nagugulat. Ha? Paano mo nalaman? Sabi niya gano'n. Kasi yung mga berries mo, naglalaglagan. Na-overripe, nalaglag, tumubo. Uneven yung tubo niya. Kaya 1 year or 2 years ka nang hindi nag-harvest ng prutas. So, dun pa lang. So, some farm management, you can already tell kung ano yung practice ng farmer. And then, yun. Kaya, doon ang mahirap kasi sa farming, it's really hard. Ang rason nila, wala naman kasing pambayad ng labor tapos ang munti pa ng produce. So, saan kami babawi? Kaya I always ask the farmers, okay, nag-harvest kayo, binenta nyo, may pera kayo, ginastos nyo pang kusina. Ang question ko, anong binalik mo sa farm? Ha? Sabi mo, anong binalik mo sa farm? May nakuha ka from the farm. What did you give back?
Ayun.
So, lahat is, sabi ko, okay, you get the point.
Gets.
Ganun po. So, if you really want to continue for the coffee to be producing larger quantity ng mga berries, kailangan mong alagaan. Like tao, pag tumatanda tayo, nagiging weak tayo. So, we need support, vitamins, blah, 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 blah. Ganun din ng coffee. Kaya nga, we've been introducing rejuvenation pruning. We've been introducing yung yung vermicast, yung pag-i-spray ng organic fertilizer, or yung pag-a-apply ng organic fertilizer, which is what we do is a triangle technique. So, knowing Arabica, knowing Robusta, di ba ang puno natin, ang puno kapag, ang plant natin, ang halaman natin, pag naglagay ka ng fertilization dun sa pinaka-baba niya.
Yes.
For coffee, you don't do that. For coffee, lalo na ang Robusta, kung ano yung spread ng branches niya, yung baba nun, andun yung roots. Kaya ang lalagyan mo ng fertilizer, yung panag-extend, yung katapat ng branches niya pababa. Kasi nandun yung roots. Kasi ang Robusta, it's a spreading. Pwede sa Arabica, pwede ka maglagay ng fertilizer, dun mismo dun sa may pinaka-base niya. Kasi pailalim ang rooting system ng Arabica. Now, sa coffee farm, kung mapapansin nyo, ang coffee berries, they don't ripen all at the same time. May nakakita po ba? Napansin nyo? They don't ripen all at the same time. Why? Because coffee trees, dito sa Kalinga, what I've noticed, coffee trees flowers 3 times, 3 times siya mag-flower. How? Napapansin namin, after ng February, after ng start ng harvest, yung first rain, we count 9 days, meron na siyang lalabas na bulaklak. And then, yun na yung first berries na magra-ripen. Yung tutubo na yon. And then, next rain again, after 2 weeks siguro or after a month, count 9 days again, may lalabas na naman na second flowering. Hanggang 3 beses yan. Kaya kapag nag-ripen ang coffee, kung napansin nyo, harvest season, magkakaiba ang ripening stages. Kasi magkakaiba ang flowering season or flowering stages din niya.
Yes.
Ang problem is, kaya tinatamad yung mga farmers na mamitas ng bunga kasi nga hindi sunod-sunod or hindi at a time.
Yes.
They have to keep going back. Kaya doon napapasok yung strip harvesting. Kasi wala na silang time. Babalik pa after 2 weeks, after 3 weeks mamitas. So, hindi nila alam that yung quality ng kanilang kape is talagang bumababa if they really do strip harvesting. Ito naman si stem borer. So, hindi lang si palay ang may stem borer o kaya si mais. Si coffee, meron din siyang stem borer. Kung sa farm is napansin na merong branch doon na yung kanyang mga dahon is natutuyo, sundan mo yung farm na yon, may makita ka doon sa may pinaka-ground, merong puti-puti. And then, hahanapin mo yung butas. Pag nakita mo yung butas, 2 inches or 3 inches, ika-cut namin below. Kasi andyan si stem borer. Wala nang solusyon yan talaga. Mamamatay si coffee branch. Now, ang ipiprevent mo lang naman dyan is yung pag-spread niya. Kaya constantly, you have to keep maintaining the farm, yung cleanliness ng farm. Kailangan walang mga weeds, walang mga ano. Kaya mahirap po ang farming. Yan. So, ito na yung mga itsura ng mga rejuvenated trees. So, very healthy na sila, oh. Kasing taas ko lang yan.
Grabe.
Which is 5'2" lang.
What's the highest
So,
ba,
very,
Master? Anong
hanggang
pinaka-highest?
6.
6.
Hanggang 6, yan. Tapos, magta-topping ka na. Huwag mo nang hayaang lumaki pa. So, you do topping. You cut the, or you cut the shoots para hindi na siya lumaki. Ganun po. So, green coffee berries, this was taken 3 days ago. Yan na po yung itsura ng coffee berries. Yan na yung maha-harvest. Yan na yung inaabangan natin this coming harvest season. Okay po. So, this is the coffee processing facility po sa JAC Farms. This is near lang to ng entrance. Itong pinut up ko po, itong maliit na to, itong bungalow na to, yung 1 year sales ko sa coffee, pinut up ko siya. 1 year lang siya. And then yung ika-second year ko po, nakapag-ipon na ulit ako, pinut up ko naman yung drying pavement. So, ang allowed lang talaga na may dry dito is only coffee. Wala na. I do not allow anything else. Kasi ayoko naman kasi magbilad sa mga kalsada kasi it affects the quality of the coffee. So, kailangan talaga is drying, may sarili kang drying pavement. Yan. So, FDA, may FDA registered po ang processing facility. In Kalinga, when I started in selling in 2014, I was the 12th processor. Ngayon, nasa 30 na kami. Pero dadalawa lang kaming may LTO. Hindi ko alam kung bakit hindi sila very much particular sa mga registrations sa mga ganyan. Which is, bentahe rin nila if you are registered eh.
Correct.
Number one, kasi karamihan ng mga processors dito, mga organizations, iilan lang kami na sole proprietor, single. Pag organization ka kasi libre lahat. From roasting, equipment, lahat ibibigay, training lahat. So, bentahe nila yon kasi wala silang ilalabas na pera pagdating sa coffee processing. Pati sa pag registration ng kanilang facility, wala rin silang ilalabas kasi covered na yan ng cover yan ng DTI.
Yes.
Pero hindi ko alam kung bakit sila tinatamad or what. Kasi kaya sinasabi pa nila noon mayabang si JAC Farms kasi ang target ni JAC Farms is hindi Kalinga. Sabi ko, bakit alam naman dito sa Kalinga, alam na natin masarap ang kape natin. So, dapat ilabas mo yung
try
coffee.
to expand, yes, correct.
Yeah, malaman ng ibang lugar na masarap talaga yung kuha ng Kalinga. So, magkakaiba kami ng mindset. Kaya I never joined an organization talaga kasi organization sa coffee kasi talagang mahirap turuan yung iba, magkakaiba kayo ng gusto. So, it will not succeed talaga if pipilit yung hindi po pwede. And then, ito na yung coffee processing. From production, harvesting, post-harvesting, roasting, brewing. So, hindi na ako magtatakot sa may roasting, brewing. Dito lang ako sa may 1, 2, 3. Yan. So, coffee processing is a method of converting the raw fruit. Yan, si berry, tawag natin dyan. So, naging commonized yung the berry. We no longer use the term cherry when it comes to the coffee. So, converting the raw fruit into a commodity, brewed coffee. So, it is one of the key factors that directly affects the cup taste of the coffee. So, why does the coffee taste like this? Why does it taste like that? Why is it sweet? Why is it mild? Why is it full-bodied? Why does it taste like kerosene? Why does it taste like medicine? Ano pa ba? Diba? Metallic, fishy. So, to answer that, talagang we have to know how the coffee is being processed.
Correct.
Now, all coffees are inherently good. All coffees are inherently good. So, ano nagiging problem? Processing. Yes. Kasi yung fruit mismo, ginawa na ni coffee tree yung kanyang trabaho. Nag-bear siya ng fruit. Pag tinikman mo yun, masarap talaga siya. So, bakit may pangit na coffee na lumalabas? Kasi hindi maganda yung processing na ginagawa ng processor. So, it could be a farmer processor, or it could be a processor mismo. So, dun talaga nagkakaiba-iba. Kaya importante yung stage ng coffee processing. And that's where talaga I put too much importance in coffee processing. Kasi gusto ko may control ako from the time na na-harvest ko si coffee hanggang sa ibibenta ko na siya. Kasi yun lang yung processing lang kasi nagkakaroon ng intervention, yung human intervention eh.
Mhm.
Masarap na si coffee eh. Ayan na. By nature, masarap na si coffee.
Yes.
Tapos ngayon, papasok si tao, mag-harvest. O, yan na, hanggang sa ready na siya to ibenta as a beans or roasted na siya as a ground or whole beans.
Mhm.
Kaya I'm putting too much emphasis dun sa may sa pagpa-process ng coffee. So, everybody knows this, pero just a little recap lang. So, yan ang tsura ng coffee bean. The reason that I will put emphasis also here is because of one of the process that I have been doing, which is the honey process. So, I've been doing it since 2015. I don't even know that it was called honey process. I only call it, tawag ito? Kwan lang yan eh. Dahil pag marami na kaming production, nahihirapan na kaming magbilad. So, binabaltan namin siya to hasten yung drying. So, hindi ko alam na ang proseso pala is honey.
Honey, yeah.
They call honey. So, in 2015, ginagawa ko na siya. And then, nung nagkaroon kami ng visitor, si Sir Thomas Scotten, I don't know if the others know him. Siya yung owner ng coffee culture. He's also a Q grader. Siya yung nagsabi sa akin, when he came to visit Kalinga, he requested for a sample. So, we sent it to him. And then, after a week, he came to Kalinga. And then, we did the cupping. Then, sabi niya, he interviewed me after that session. Sabi niya, anong ginawa mo? What did you do? What did you do with the coffee? So, I removed the skin and then I dried it. Sabi ko gano'n. Oh, you did honey process. Sabi ko, no, sir, I did not put honey. Kasi, di ba?
Correct.
Hindi ko alam eh.
From the word
Walang
itself.
nagturo sa akin eh. Walang nagturo sa akin eh. Experiment lang namin. So, 2015 yan. No, sabi niya. What you did is honey processing. So, is that red, black, or yellow? Sabi ko, ha? May types na ng honey processing. Hindi ko pa nga alam na merong term na ganun. Tapos, marami pa palang types.
OG and
yun,
coffee culture.
Natutunan ko na, yeah.
Ang galing ah.
Hanggang sa natutunan ko na kung ano yung honey, yellow honey, red honey, black honey. Ayan. Kaya na. So, parts of the coffee berry is yung kanyang outer skin. So, yung ibang coffee, ibang variety, like Arabica, meron silang yellow bourbon. So, hindi yan pula. So, magiging yellow yan. The thing is, it's ripe. So, we remove that outer covering. And then, kung nakita niyo yung second picture dun sa may, nakikita niyo is parang may liquid. Yan ang tawag dyan is mucilage. If you taste that mucilage, it's sweet. Sweet talaga siya. Now, yung third na, yung pang-apat, yun na yung parchment. The reason that sinasama ko to kapag if I do talks dun sa mga farmers is because may mga buyers kasi na, okay, we want parchment. So, si farmer, ano yung parchment? Kasi ang alam nila, green beans lang. Pero, syempre, kung nandun ka sa business ng coffee, you really have to know kung ano yung product na binibenta mo kasi you really have to maintain yung supply mo until the next harvest season ulit. So, that is called the parchment. And then, dun sa may second to the last, kung makikita nyo, merong half na parchment and then yung half na exposed coffee. Pero, merong silver skin yan. Ang tawag ng silver skin before yung pinaka-coffee bean. Yan. So, when we say berry, andito tayo sa buo. And then when we say parchment, andyan tayo sa may gitna. And then the green beans. Just for the information of everybody, para yung language natin about coffee is isa.
Yes.
So, the factors affecting the quality of the coffee, yon. Quality of planting materials, harvesting method, mixed greens or red berries result in low quality, and the cup taste of the finished product. So, post-harvest method, we have the dry, we have the wet, and then the honey process. So, the dry method, ano yan? It's the oldest processing method. Yan, we call it naturals or unwashed. Oldest, simplest, and cheapest method. We just dry it under the sun.
Correct.
Kukulog kasi, sorry po.
Okay lang, it's okay, master.
Gay na. na yung mga aso ko.
Okay lang. Dog lovers naman kami lahat dito. We understand.
Yeah. So, after harvest, the berries are laid down dun sa pavement, yung iba canvas, yung iba nets. Now, it has been the oldest practice na ginagawa ng mga farmers. And it's really hard to put emphasis on that kasi yun yung pinakasimple, yun yung nakasanayan nila. And ang hirap din baguhin. But the thing is, ang sinasabi ko lang sa kanila, you can still do dry method. The problem, ang gagawin nyo lang is what you have to follow is huwag nyo ididirekta sa ground. Kasi maraming gumagawa niyan dito. Dinidirekta na nila sa ground. So, what do you expect when it comes to sa may output ng coffee? Of course, it will be earthy. Yun, it will be prone dun sa mga molds or you could get stones. Kaya kawawa ang magiging grinder mo kapag may nakalusot na bato. Yeah. So, sa sun drying, 5 to 10 days to 15 days kapag sa hindi ganun lumalabas ang init. Now, we have to parang nire-rake namin yan, ini-stir namin siya 2 to 3 times a day. Kaya sa JAC Farms, nagkakaroon kami ng cut-off. Pag sa farm ang harvest, nagka-cut off kami ng 4 p.m. Pero kapag nag-harvest na ako dun sa areas na nililis ko, nagka-cut off ako ng 12. Kasi mostly yung areas na nililis ko can only be matutuntun mo lang siya by foot. So, pwedeng 2 hours, 3 hours, mahirap. Kaya nagka-cut off ako. And then, I don't like kasi yung time kasi na pag naabutan ka na, tapos magagabihan ka, what farmers mostly do is, iniiwan nila sa sako yung, ang tawag nito, yung kanilang mga harvest. And ang mangyayari doon, nag-start na. Once na napitas mo yung berries, nag-start na yung fermentation. Kaya pag hinawakan mo yung sako or pinasok mo lang yung kamay mo doon sa sako, you could feel yung heat. Nag-start na mag-ferment yung coffee. Now, ang lagi kong sinasabi ko sa kanila, basta once na naabutan kayo, you do not tie up the sack. You allow it na lumabas siya or ma-expose. May konti siyang air. See, sa fermentation, it could be bad and good fermentation depending on the microbes or yung good bacteria or the bad bacteria. So the good bacteria, it will produce or it would enhance the coffee taste or yung flavor notes ng coffee. Problem is pag nag-set in na yung bad bacteria, nagkakaroon na ng molds. Kaya very particular kami during the harvest. Mabusisi ba? Sorry
Go lang, galing.
Hindi ako OC pero talagang you have to know your product kasi.
Yes.
So it is important that the cherries are dried to the correct degree because over drying will either result in bitter coffee beans. It will not produce a good roast. On the other hand, cherries naman, if it's too much high ang kanyang water content, it cannot be easily stored because they will be prone to attack from bacteria and fungi. So that's why very particular kami dun sa storage. Hindi binibigyan ito ng emphasis ng mostly farmers before. Pero nung nag-seminar ako in Ilocos ng October, 3 days prior ng biyahe ko, nagpadehal ako. Then nag-sort ako. I brought it to them. And then sabi ko dun sa coordinator ng DTI, ma'am, can you please tell the farmers to bring sample of their coffee beans? So nagdala ako. Kinilagay ko sa isang sa magkakaibang container and then I told them to pass it around. Sabi nila, ma'am, ka-harvest mo to sabi niya gano'n. Ang ganda pa ng beans. Bakit nag-off-season coffee ka? Sabi niya gano'n. Nag-off-season harvest daw ako. Sabi ko, hindi, isa lang ang harvest time natin. Pare-pareho tayo ng harvest season. Kaso, when I store my coffee beans or coffee berries, may cover pa siya. Kasi importante na merong protection yung coffee.
Correct.
Coffee beans mo. Yun. So, ano naman yung wash or the wet method. So, very particular tayo and alam natin na most of the Arabica are being processed this way. Now, for the Robusta, I seldom do wash kasi limited ang water supply in dun sa may farm namin. Yan pa, kasi kailangan mong, ang process kasi niyan is, you have to, after flotation, you have to depulp the coffee, and then kailangan mo siyang isoak, depende kung 12 hours, 24 hours, may 36 hours pa
Mhm.
para for the fermentation to take place. Yun. So, you have to keep changing the water every 6 hours. Kaya mabusisi, mas mahirap. So, I don't do that for the Robusta. But for the Arabica, syempre, you want to fetch higher price. Mas gusto ng mga tao is yung light body. So,
Mhm.
yun. I do wash for the Arabica. And then this is the honey. Yan. We were able to produce red honey dito. Now, the types of honey, it will depend on the amount of mucilage that is left on the beans and yung panag-penetrate ng sun, yung panag-dry niya.
Mhm.
So, it is believed na mas full-bodied at mas sweeter si black honey. Pero it depends on the beans din yun, sa mucilage niya. So, we call honey process semi-wash, wet hulled, pulp natural, or semi-dry. So, we remove the skin, and then using a pulper, and then we allow that coffee, that mucilage to dry on the beans. Kasi remember, I said that kanina, yung mucilage, it is sweet. So, knowing your coffee, it will absorb whatever is malapit sa kanya. So, ina-absorb niya yung sweetness. Kaya even sa mga perfume stores, when you go to perfume stores, they make you smell one fragrance, and then before you go to the next fragrance, ang papaamin nila sa'yo is coffee para matanggal lahat yung fragrance doon na naiiwan pa sa inyong olfactory. Yun. So, even pag yung sa may ref, ang nilalagay nila is they put ground coffee doon para ma-absorb niya kung ano yung vacuum man dun sa may ref. Now, types of honey, like what I said kanina, merong red, merong black, merong yellow.
Okay.
This is the pulper that we are using for the wet and the honey process. So, nilagyan ko ng motorized kasi during harvest season, sako-sako kasi siya. So, ang hirap mag-manual.
Correct.
Yan. Kaya nilagyan ko na siya ng motor. May mga magagaling naman nagpa-fabricate dito. Yan. Pinalagyan ko na lang. So, coffee drying. So, in natural method, coffee berries are sun-dried within 12 hours after harvesting to prevent the process of bad fermentation using elevated dryer on concrete pavements. This is yung importance kanina nung sinasabi kong meron kaming cut-off. Kasi ayoko mag-set in yung bad fermentation. Yung bad bacteria, magsiset in yan kapag, lalo na pag mainit, alam mo na nagpo-ferment na yan kasi umiinit na siya eh. Pero yung control na kailangan mong bantayan, yung time na good bacteria pa lang yung nagpo-ferment and then magiging bad bacteria na siya. Like sa wine. Kapag maganda yung fermentation sa wine, it will become wine. Sa mga fruits, sa mga fruit wines, it will become wine. Pag hindi na maganda at nag-set in na yung bad fermentation, what will happen? It will become vinegar. Same din na magiging result sa coffee. So, drying for wash and honey method. So, for wash and honey, we pop the berries within 12 hours. For wash naman, and then we sun-dry it after the necessary soaking period. Sa storage ko, you can, sa warehouse or sa stock room namin, you can never see green beans doon. Kaya sa mga buyers ko, I've been telling them na kailangan ko ng lead time kasi ang storage ko ng beans is dried berries, parchment for the wash, and then ganyan, honey. Hindi kami nagkikis-kis, tapos we just lay it around and then mag-aantay kami ng buyer. We don't do that po. Kaya I am really requesting na magkaroon kami ng at least 5 to 7 days yung lead time. Lalo na kapag bultuhan, yung mga nag-order ng mga 50 kilos, yun. So, yun ang talagang request ko na i-allow kami for a period na may process namin yun. Kasi we store it that way. Why? Because we have to protect the coffee. May expose siya. Pag na-expose yan, hindi mo na alam kung ano yung they are subject sa mga, number 1, yung bukbok. Number 2, yung moisture. Yun. So, knowing your product, you really have to protect it. So, ganun ka busisi. Now, when it comes to sa my story, ganyan po yung storage namin. We put pallets, plastic pallets sa bottom. Kasi nga, alam naman natin na ang semento kasi, lalo na pag summer, nag-i-emit yan ng heat.
Na-absorb.
So, yung heat na yon, magmo-moist ang mga sako. Pag nag-moist ang sako, expect mo ang susunod dyan is the molds na siya. Kaya, From the time na nag-harvest kami, na sun-dry na siya or nabilad na siya, dried na siya, we are maintaining humidity sa storage area na not below 80% na humidity. And the temperature not more than 30. So, sorry talaga mabusisi ah.
Go lang, Master. Go lang, go lang.
Yan.
Take down notes, guys. Yan yung mga questions natin mamaya for a raffle. So, sana matandaan yung... May raffle tayo mamaya. Raffle. Okay, go ahead, Master.
Okay. Hindi namin siya dinidikit sa wall kasi for the same reason din na prone siya kapag nagkaroon ng doon sa may heat, yung humidity. Kaya ganyan ang storage namin sa bodega. So, palletized. So, proper storing talaga because syempre ang product ko is coffee. Ngayon, kung hindi ko alagaan yung coffee, magkakaroon pa ba ako ng business? So, hindi. So, definitely, after harvest, tapos na-dry mo na siya, naikwan mo na siya, nailagay na namin sa stock room, 2 to 3 months, ilalabas ko ulit yan. Isa sun-dry ko siya ulit. Para, ang tawag ito, ma-maintain ko pa rin yung tamang moisture content niya. Kaya mabusisi po talaga ang farming.
Grabe, no? Oo.
Now, yan po, that's what we are trying to prevent. Yung dito sa may lower part, yan ang paglabas ng molds, yan ang what we are trying to prevent. Kaya we are maintaining proper moisture content, tsaka we are really doing proper storage dun sa bodega. Kasi tons po yan eh. Pag nag-harvest kami, tons. Now, physical evaluation of moisture content. So, the SCA standard is for the natural process, we have to maintain 10 to 13%. For the wash coffee or the honey process, you have to maintain 10 to 12%. So, yan ang ginagamit ko, yung picture. That is my moisture meter. That is agrotonics. Agrotronics, yan. Yan ang moisture meter ko. So, before ko sinesend, before ko rin niro-roast, sine-check ko yung kanyang moisture content. So, we have yung Halings. Sa facility namin, kumpleto na siya. May kiskisan kami ng kape. Kaya, kaya namin kaya ang practice namin is we really haul on demand. Kasi I don't have to go out of the facility maghahanap ng kiskisan. Kaya, kaya namin mag-produce. Basta bigyan lang kami ng lead time. So, yan yung hauler machine ko. Now, the cleaning and sorting, the process of selecting and removing out the undesirable foreign materials or the defective beans to achieve green coffee beans that are uniform in shape and sizes. So, hard and not spongy, glossy and smooth, free from molds, foreign bodies, insects, and other imperfections. Now, I practice 3 kinds of sorting. I do not only do sorting pagdating na dun sa may nakiskis na tapos isosort namin or magtatanggal kami ng defects. Sa farm namin, we practice 3 types of sorting. One type of sorting is the flotation. One type is the first sorting that we do is the selective harvesting. We only select the ripe berries. So that is sorting. Kasi you are sorting the ripe and the immature. The second type of sorting that we do is the flotation. Atong flotation na to, hindi ko to, hindi na pwedeng mawala sa processing namin. What we do is we have a big batcha. Tapos, lahat ng harvest namin, kunyari, per sack, ilalagay namin dun sa may batcha with water. Lahat ng umapaw, we set it aside. The reason is that na umapaw siya, magaan siya. So, there is something wrong. It could be insect bite, it could be floater, it could be spongy, chalky white. So, may reason. Nag-float din dyan is the dried cherry or yung black beans. Yun. The reason why we do that, we do flotation is when you get rid of the rejects, dun pa lang sa flotation, hindi mo na siya makikita dun sa may sorting stage mo, which is the third one. Yung pagpili mo ng rejects, pag green beans na siya. So, easy for sorters kasi hindi na very taxing. Before I hire 10 to 15 sorters, magsusort lang nung harvest ko for harvest namin for the whole for 1 year harvest. Pero when we did the flotation, nabawas na siya and mas mabilis pa ngayon. We only maintain 3 sorters now. Tapos kapag dahil on demand, one sorter, two sorters is already enough. So, on the part of supplier, ako or farmer, mas liliit yung aming costings. Mas hindi kami masyadong magbabayad sa mga tao na magsusort. So, yun yung tatlong sorting. And I always emphasize this sa mga farmers. Wag nilang i-substitute or wag nilang kailangan nilang gawin yung top 3 types of sorting para mas mapadali. Now, yung mga umapaw na coffee cherry, umapaw siya because may defect. So, we set that aside. We do not throw it away. Yun is, we hull it or depulp it separately or we dry them separately apart from the good beans or yung mga sinkers that we call, yung mga sinkers, yung mga lumubog. So, sa sorting, why is sorting important? Kasi you have to remove the defects. Ito naman yung mga defects na kailangan mong tanggalin. So, full or partial black. So, color niyan is description niyan is brown to black beans, shrunken, wrinkled, and cracked to open. Why? What is the effect on the cup quality? It will taste like moldy, soily, ferment, stinker, fishy, phenolic, and yun yung mga taste na hindi mo ma-explain. Other issues about full or partial black is the presence of ochratoxin A. So this is a cancer-causing toxin.
Carcinogenic.
So carcinogenic siya. Kaya talagang tinatanggal siya. Ngayon, ano yung cost ng full black? Yan yung mga, kung natandaan nyo kanina, I mentioned about the 3 flowering stage ng coffee. Dahil si farmer, nung nagpunta siya sa farm niya, binisita niya yung farm niya, nakita niya konti pa lang yung ripe berries. Ay sabi niya, ay hindi mo na ako mag-harvest. So yung mga naunang nag-ripen na yun yung first flower ng coffees. Pero binalikan niya, sabi niya, nakita niya mas marami nang nahinog. Yun yung second flowering. Kaya yung naunang nahinog, nung binalikan niya, nag-dry out na. So siya si black or partial black. Yan. So, remedies, yan lang. Prevented by good nutrition, moisture, aeration, selective picking. So, sorted, sort mo lang siya ng maayos. And then, moldy or fungus, yan. Moldy or fungus, the coffee beans infested by mold presenting yellow or reddish spores. So, effect on the quality. So, syempre, moldy yung taste, earthy, dirty, over-fermented, and phenolic. So, risk din siya about ochratoxin A.
Nice.
So, remedies niyan is agriculture, since coffee must be grown in tropical humid areas, kailangan mong i-maintain yung humidity. When it comes to sa may storage, kailangan yung moisture content niya is nandun sa not more than 13% or 12% para walang way for the fungus to grow or mag-appear. Now, for the partial or full sour, from the name itself, expect na the coffee beans na yan, kahit isa ang naisama sa isang batch ng ni-roast mo, affected na lahat, lalo na pag giniling mo. So, the term itself, sour ang magiging taste niyan. So, sa sourness kasi, merong good sourness and merong bad sourness. Kaya dun sa mga kasama ko, sila Sir Lindon, sila Sir Raul, when it comes dun sa may cupping, merong kaming level of sourness na tinitikman or meron kaming na-identify na types of sourness. So, what we want is the citric acid or the malic acid, basta hindi yung acetic acid, which is yung vinegar. Vinegar na yung taste niya. Now, for yung cut, chip, nip, or broken beans, epekto dun sa may processing. Kasi yung iba kasi, they're using yung binabayo, yung mga old traditional methods pa nila, yung binabayo nila. Yung others naman, yung adjustment ng kanilang color. So, this one, hindi talaga siya totally tinatapon. Sineset aside lang. Kasi this could be roasted together with other cut or chip or the small beans. So, hindi siya tinatapon. Now, sa insect damage, yung insect damage na yan, like yung reason ko kanina, si coffee borer. Si insect, berry borer. Yan yung reason niya. Ngayon, I've had one participant before in Ilocos Sur, yung sample niya na 2 kilos dala niya is puro butas lahat.
Oh,
So
shit.
sabi ko, sir, meron ka na bang 3 years na hindi nag-harvest? Oo, kasi kababalik ko lang from
Makes
abroad.
sense.
Sabi niya gano'n. So, sabi ko, ay walang namitas nung kanyang mga
Sayang.
bunga. O nga eh. So, dun pa lang makikita mo na so, yan. Pinagpiyastahan ng mga insekto yung kanyang mga harvest. Ay, yung kanyang mga bunga. So, shrunk and withered beans. Yan. So, smaller in sizes, wrinkled, irregular surface, looks like raisin. So, number one, it affects the appearance of the coffee kasi hindi rin siya magiging uniform when it comes dun sa may panag-roast. So, causes niyan, it can be caused by the lack of water or drought and then during the development of the beans. So, kailangan talaga napansin ko ito dun sa mga coffee trees that were not shade grown. Napansin ko siya. Kaya kailangan talaga sa land preparation for coffee, mauuna muna yung inyong shade trees. Pero kapag if you do what do you call this, flotation, si insect bite tsaka si shrunk beans, aapaw yan or lulutang yan. Kaya pwede mo na siyang tanggalin dun pa lang. So when it comes dun sa may sorting, hindi mo na ito makikita. Yan, si foreign matter, si immature beans. So, from the term itself, immature. Yan si green berries na hina-harvest usually when you do strip harvesting. So, padoble-doble ang trabaho. Number one, magaan yan. Number two, tatanggalin mo rin siya. So, why not select na lang or why not harvest na lang yung ripe berries? So, effect on the cup quality. So, inside the pod is a defective bean. So, underdeveloped, immature, overripe, or even diseased. So they can convey ferment, moldy, soily, or phenolic taste. So it affects the appearance of the bean. So if roasted siya, the dried husk can get burned, bringing yung kanyang smoky aromas and charcoal-like or bitter flavors. Yan. So causes niyan is drought dahil unshaded or hindi irrigated yung coffee farm. Ito yung mga sahod ulan. O kaya sila yung mga lumulusot dahil hindi maganda yung adjustment ng pulper. Ganon. So, yun yung mga nakukuha or yun yung makuha ng immature beans. Now, ang kailangan lang gawin doon is magtanim na lang ng shade trees sa katabi para meron siyang protection para hindi siya maging too overdry or mag-rejuvenate ng old trees or pag-apply ng mga fertilizer, either organic or inorganic. And then, dun naman sa mga processors, gumamit na lang tayo ng mga sieves, ng mga screens. Para, sigurado malalaglag yan, i-separate na lang siya, and you can roast it dun sa ibang mga coffee. Pero not for selling anymore. For own consumption na lang siguro. Foreign matters, maraming ganito kapag yung practice ni farmers nagbibilad sa daan, which is so very, very common here in Kalinga. Inahayaan nilang dinadaanan ng mga sasakyan. Buti sana kung private road, hindi. Provincial road, national road pa. So expect na magkakaroon ng foreign materials. Now, ang problem dyan is not usually for the farmer, pero dun sa mga buyers. Kasi lalo na yung mga bumibili ng mga roasted beans, tapos may naisamang bato, sira ang grinder. So, si buyer, hindi na siya bibili kay farmer.
Correct.
Kaya, usually, kapag yung mga ganyan, merong mga stoner, or we put metal dun sa may kiskisan para at least ma-separate siya. So, si dried cherry pods, nagkakaroon ng dried cherry pods kasi hindi siya dumaan ng maayos dun sa may kiskisan or yung color. So, ang gawin lang dyan, kapag i-separate lang siya, and then i-adjust ng konti to tighten yung adjustment para kaya siyang buksan, kaya siyang makiskis. So, the problem kasi kapag merong ganito, tapos na isama dun sa may niro-roast mo, it can be burnt, and then it will bring about yung smoky aromas and charcoal or bitter flavors. So, sayang si kape, masarap kaso may nasunog. Yan, si Shell. Si Shell, ewan ko kung may nakikita ba sa inyo, pero very common if you really do sorting. So, wala talaga siyang specific or um, wala siyang main reason kung bakit nagkakaroon ng ganyan. Ang tawag to, hindi naman siya masama, hindi rin naman masama ang kanyang lasa. The problem is, kapag si Shell, na-roast siya with the regular beans or the normal beans na buo, una siyang nasusunog. So, nagkakaroon din ng burnt taste yung coffee mo. Okay lang sana kung upon sorting is makikita mo na siya. Kaso may mga shells na during roasting, dun pa lang siya bumibiyak. So, yun. Kaya pag meron ganon, pag magpapacking ka na, nakita mong meron shell, pwede mo nang tanggalin. Para wag siyang maisama. So, it can also cause uneven roast level kasi nga mas mauna siya masusunog. Very dark na siya. Kung gusto mo medium na yung beans mo pero siya dark roast na siya. So, what you do there is yung proper sorting lang din.
Correct.
So, yun nasa gitna, si floater or spongy. So, from the term itself, floater. Kaya sabi ko hindi pwedeng mawala si type 2 sorting, which is yung flotation. Kasi siguradong si floater, pag nag-float, pag pinakuha namin, if we do flotation, aangat talaga siya. Or lilutang siya. Yan. So, next is si chalky white. Si chalky white, yan, kahit ni-roast mo, ganyan pa rin ang kulay. Kaya it affects yung appearance kapag may umorder sa'yo ng roasted coffee, puti pa rin siya or light brown pa rin siya. So, yan, kailangan talaga siya. If you do flotation, matatanggal din siya. Matatanggal din naman siya kasi mag-float. Ang taste niya, it would be woody, cardboard, straw-like, or high astringency. So, the reason na tinatanggal natin lahat ng mga defects because it will really affect the taste of the cup taste of the coffee. Malalasahan yan, lalo ng mga cuppers. Hindi pwedeng hindi yan malasahan. Kaya, like yung sinasabi ni Sir kanina na yung mga flavored coffees, this is, open tayo. It's not meant to criticize anybody.
Yes.
Sa may flavored coffee, it's better to taste the coffee ng coffee lang siya. Yung isi-single out mo siya na coffee lang. That's how you evaluate the coffee without any additives, without anything na added to it or whatever. Kasi that's how you evaluate. You have to taste talaga kung ano yung lasa mismo ng kape. At hindi dahil nag-add tayo ng flavors, ito na yung magiging lasa niya. I had so many may mga queries ako, do I have flavored coffee? Sabi ko, no, I don't. I don't have hazelnut or I don't have macadamia. But I can give you fruity, I can give you mixed berries, raspberry, strawberry, pink guava, banana, bibigyan kita ng ganon. So, yun yung sinasabi ko. Sabi ko, you put that in the coffee? No, that's the taste of the coffee.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, education na rin. So, part yun ng ating advocacy ng JAC Farms. So, this is the table of equivalence that we are using when we do green grading. So, listed dito sa my left side is the primary defects and then the secondary defects. So, why do we do that? Why do we sort or why do we grade? Bakit tayo nag-identify ng primary and secondary? Because when you buy coffee, ang una mo naman titignan is the green beans, di ba? Or when they sell to me, ang una kong titignan is the green beans. Now, pag tinignan mo yung green beans, makikita mo na dito, may nakita kang full black, may nakita kang ganito. So definitely, it will not be a grade 1 coffee. Ano ka na sa grade 2? Ngayon, paabutin mo pa ba ng grade 3, grade 4, grade 5? Pupunta ka na sa commercial. Kaya that's what we do when we receive coffee na gusto lang ipakita sa amin or they want to sell to us, talagang I grade it. Makikita ko pa or example, magdadala si farmer ng sample ng coffee niya or magdadala siya ng sako. Sabi ko, sige, titignan ko. Dadakot ako, hindi ko sasabihin ko anong sako. Basta dadakot ako kung saan ako, magbuburiki ako. Kukuha ako ng samples from the different sacks. Tapos, aamuyin ko lang siya na gano'n. Tignan ko yung beans, aamin ko, sabi ko, ito yung process. So, doon pa lang malalaman ko na kung ano yung process na ginawa ni farmer. So, they cannot lie, or even if they lie, malalaman at malalaman ko pa rin. Ano sa iba?
Galing.
Basta ako ganun. Naamoy ko. Naamoy ko. Kaya nagtatawanan yung mga taga Ilocos Sur noon. Sabi niya, ala, pati yung kape, inaamoy niya. Sabi niya ganun. Siyempre, kasi malalaman mo na pag na over-ferment ang coffee, amoy na amoy mo sa green beans pa lang. Tapos there was even this one time na may nagbenta sa akin. Pag open pa lang niya ng sack, sabi ko, sorry po, nakuha ko na yung quota ko, sabi ko. Hindi na po ako magbabay. Kasi pagbukas ng kanyang pagbukas ng kanyang stock, umalingasaw yung meron kasi may proseso dito sa pag kanang meat, we call it itag. Yung pinapausukan, kunyari yung ginagawa dito very common. Yung meat, to preserve the meat, lalagyan nila ng maraming asin kasi nga walang freezer or walang ref. And then papausukan nila yan nandun sa kanilang lutuan. So, mapapreserve yung meat. Now, that is not good when you have coffee. That's not good if you taste that in coffee. Kasi bad processing yun. Ganun yung ginawa niya. Yun pala, sa area nila, sabi ko, saan ka galing? Saan galing yung coffee mo? Sa area nila, this one place here in Kalinga na during coffee season is maulan. Maulan siya. So, hindi niya ma-dry out. Kaya yun ang ginagawa nila. Pinapa-dry nila dun sa orpan or pinapausukan nila. So, the coffee is absorbing whatever is yung usok, yung ganun. So, it's not really good. Now, when we do the grading or when we assess the coffee, dalawang klase yung ginagawa namin. We do the green grading and we do the cupping. So, dito sa may grade 1, yan, kung walang mga full defects, not more than 5. So, allowable naman is, may allowable naman na number of defects in a 300 grams of sample. Basta wala lang primary. So, grade 2, grade 3. So, when you say fine, nandun ka sa grade 1. Patumbas yan ng specialty. Nasa grade 1 yan. When you have premium, nandun siya sa may grade 2. More than 8 full defects. So, doon naman sa percentage, sa may cupping, yan yung magiging score niya. Yung premium is between 70 to 80%. And then, wag na kayong umabot. Kung processor kayo, wag na kayong umabot sa grade 3. Kasi, anong magiging value ng coffee nyo? Talagang babaratin kasi ganun nga. Coffee will sell itself. Yung gano'ng kaganda ng coffee mo, siya yung magdidikta ng price. Unlike here, when I started in 2014, alam niyo ba ang buying ng coffee is 72 pesos?
Wow.
Buying ng Nestle. Sabi ko, ang dami-dami kong ginawa sa kape, bibili niyo lang ng 72 pesos?
True.
Hindi niyo ba alam ang hirap ko?
Hindi niyo ba alam yung pinaghirapan?
Ang hirap ng farmer? Hindi niyo alam ang hirap ng farmer? Sabi ko, sige, sa inyo na yung 72 pesos niyo, akin ng kape. Kasi I was very proud that I know, dun sa may processing na ginagawa ko, I can produce a very good or quality coffee na hindi naman babaratin. Yung tamang presyo lang naman para that way, si farmer, may maintain niya pa rin yung kanyang coffee farm. Question ko, pag si farmer nag-convert sa corn, saan kayo kukuha ng kape? Imported na lahat. Wala nang Philippine coffee. So, di ba? So, tulungan tayo. So, when they say na, taas naman ng price mo, sabi nila sa akin, ma'am, kasi ganito yun. We put value dun sa may coffee namin. We do the proper processing so we could give you yung high quality cup taste ng coffee that you are looking for. So, yun. Di ba maraming nagsisilabasan ngayon. Ang mura, Robusta, 150 per kilo. Sabi ko, my God, paano ko kakalabanin to? Or paano ko compare yung price ko? Or paano ko mapapantayan yung price na 150? Hindi ko pa malapalabas yan kahit na sobrang ibaba ko na yung price kasi yung costing sa maintenance pa lang. Malulugi ka na. Paano pa yung mga farmers? Ganun po. So, we put value dun sa products namin. Kaya, I hope maintindihan din po nung iba ng specialty or high quality coffee. Talagang hindi talaga siya mura. Kasi efforts ang ginugugol doon. Time, money, efforts po ang ginugugol doon. Now, sa coffee roasting, ayan, marami po tayong mga masters dito. But I hope that someday I can also join and be part of dun sa mga roasting community. Siguro for me, that's na yung final. Kasi, adventure na ako. I'm into production, I'm into processing, I'm into marketing, so I'm into copying. So, ito na siguro yung final ko.
Roasting na.
Roasting. Yes, roasting na po. Yan. So, branding and packaging, yan. So, packaging namin is we have pouch with valve. Either yung color namin ngayon na pinamaintain is the matte black. Yan. So, packaging kasi ma-maintain mo. Kailangan kasi sa branding, pag binanggit mo yun or nasalita yun, or is talagang retentive, kayang ma-retain dun sa utak ni buyer para it could be, lagi niyang iisipin, madaling matandaan, gano'n. So, we chose JAC Farms. Kasi hindi lang naman coffee yung magiging product namin, but also other commodities.
Yes.
So, it's easy to remember. So, sa packaging, ganun din. We put value sa coffee, so you have to know kung anong kalaban ng mga coffee. Which is kalaban niyang light, kalaban niyang water, kalaban niyang too much air. So, what do you need to do? Protect yung product mo. So, coffee seminars and trainings that we have attended. So, yun nga, since 2016, I've partnered with DTI. I've been going around Ilocos region, Region 2, Region 1, CAR, yan. Naninibago sila. Bakit daw? Ang dami-dami kong tinuturong details. So, this was just done recently. Nitong June lang po ito. In Mabilong, Lubwagan. Ang kagandahan po dito sa may Lubwagan kasi, they have an area here which is as high as 1,400 meters above sea level. The problem is, maganda na yung kape nila. Altitude pa lang. Yung location pa lang niya maganda na. But the processing that they're doing, it's really bringing down the cup, the flavor notes or the cup taste of the coffee. Kasi nga, the basic sorting hindi nila magawa. So, yeah, very, very attentive naman sila. Very receptive sila dito. Pero talaga yung other areas talagang, when DTI says na dito tayo sa area na to, sabi ko, sir, wag naman, masyado na silang expert. Hindi nila ako papansin. So, another one, Limos. Ayan. Naki-join pa dito. Itong June lang din to. No, July, sorry. July ito. Nakisama pa yung mga army kasi nainganyo sila.
Talaga?
Nainganyo sila. Oo. Nakisama sila. So, nandiyan sila. Yun. Namimili. We were doing sorting here.
Yeah.
So, dito na naman sa Nambukayan naman ito. One of the pinagkukuhanan ko ng coffee. Dun sa may, I'm leasing 3 hectares dito sa area na to. Pero yung ibang area, tinutulungan ko na yung farmer. Nakikipartner na ako dun sa may farmer. So, meron na akong 3 farmer na inaalagaan dito. So, I'm doing adopt a farmer thing. I don't know.
Ma'am, adopt mo rin ako. Adopt nyo kami lahat.
Adopt a farmer. Yan is, we give technical trainings yon. Tapos, kapag ibababa na nila yung mga kapehan nila, pinapahiram ko na yung dump truck para mai-haul kasi talagang mahirap ang hauling sa area na to. Yan. So, we're doing that. I don't know. Kung yung iba, talagang I really do adopt a farmer. We share yung mga learnings. We do technical assistance. Yan. So, Region 2 visitors. Nagulat ako, meron kape pala sa Region 2 way back in 2017. Doon ko na-meet si Sir Robert Francisco when we had nag-launch ang Region 2 ng first coffee conference. Sabi ko, first, 2017? Naku, kailangan humabol tayo. Sabi ko, kailangan humabol tayo. So, yun. They've been doing continuous naman silang nakiki-coordinate sa akin. So, this was February lang ito nun, before yung outbreak ng COVID. So, they came to Kalinga State University kasi nag-put up ang Kalinga State University ng copying lab. Although incomplete, nakikikuha naman kami. Nagpapahiraman kami or nagpapahiram kami ng mga copying utensils kasi kulang sila. So, dito sa may picture sa may baba, dito sa may Kalinga, yung naka-apron dyan is also a Q grader, si Sir Jeff Pasikan of Region, DTI. So, dalawa kaming Q graders dito sa Kalinga. Kaya, yung mga coffee, yung mga ina-assistahan ng DTI na mga coffee producing barangays in Kalinga, So nagpapasubmit kami every now and then ng mga samples na lalo na pag coffee season, kinakap namin dalawa and then we give feedback. And then we also share and teach them kung paano ma-enhance or ma-improve yung quality ng kanilang kape.
Mm-hmm.
So this was also in Dangoy. Yes po.
Question, no? How do you supply also to Dr. Raul Ting? Or how do you know Dr. Raul Ting? I think it's from Region 2 also.
Yes, ma'am. Si Doc Ting na po ang si Doc Raul na po ma'am ang sasagot sa inyo yun. Tanungin niyo na lang po siya, ma'am.
Confidential.
He gifted me Kibungan Arabica just last March. So I realized, bakit galing din sa'yo yun?
Sige ma'am, tanungin niyo
Secret.
na lang po siya kasi may... Hindi kasi may kwan kasi si Sir Raul, pero much better ma'am kung kausapin niyo na lang po siya.
Yan. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Yun po. So this is another one in Dubuagan. The problem here sa barangays dito sa Kalinga, I've been requesting DTI na pag-iisahin namin, lalo na kapag isang municipality, magtawag na lang sa ibang mga barangay and then we conduct the seminar. Ayaw nila. Kaya pabalik-balik ako dito sa Dubuagan. Kaya yung ibang areas dito sa Kalinga, gusto nila per barangay kasi gusto nila mabisita ko daw. Gusto nilang mabigyan ko daw ng importance kasi ituro ko daw on hand, hands-on lahat ng mga trainings. Kaya, ayan, another part of Dubuagan na naman to. So, we did the training again. This one naman is in Cagalwan, Pasil. They have a very good coffee dito sa area na to. Pero talagang wala yung taste kasi nila marami silang supply. The problem is yung processing lang din. So I don't know, we did this year, so magi-improve itong harvest nila. So abangan, Kalinga Coffee. Please buy. Yon. So this is in Bulalayaw, Balbalan. Ito yung sinasabi ko na 1,600 meters above sea level ang kanilang yung area, itong Bulalayaw na to. And amazing coffee. Amazing coffee. I've never said this even dun sa, fitted or talagang it could be entry kasi namin dapat ito for the Philippine Coffee Quality Competition in 2020, pero yun nga, dahil COVID hindi natuloy. So this was an entry. Pero yun nga, when we requested before I go to a place, I request the barangay chairman or yung pinaka-point person in that barangay to bring samples of the coffee berries, lalo na to harvest season pa lang. So ang binigay nila sa akin, yung tingnan niyo yung sa my first picture, halo-halo yan, yung green tsaka yung red. So even though they've been processing coffees for a long time, the basic pa lang is nagkakaroon na ng problem. Kaya sabi ko, separate the ripe from the unripe, from the immature beans. Sabi ko, bakit ma'am? Sabi nila gano'n. Kasi dyan pa lang, pag pure red, alam mo na mataas na ang kalidad ng kape mo. Tapos maganda pa yung processing mo, mas lalong tataas ang kalidad. But if you combine it with the unripe berries, alam mo na yung magiging kalalabasan. Alam mo na yung na-expect mong lasa. Ganon. So, yun. So, we did the honey process and then talagang amazing. Abangan nyo, baka next year, kung magkaroon ng maraming supply sa Bulalayaw. Kasi I've been encouraging them to plant, to rejuvenate. So, baka in 2 years' time, maglalabas na sila ng commercial quantity.
Nice.
Maramihan na quantity. Pero at this time, wala pa. Yeah. So, we also have visitors from Benguet, Ifugao, and Sagada. And then, so, yan. So, now, patapos na. So, I leave you with a map. Lahat ng gold or lahat ng is may map?
Yes,
so,
yes.
So, aim for quality coffee. Ano may map? It's the mindset, the attitude, and passion.
Nice.
You can not really change yung mindset, or you cannot really achieve whatever you want to achieve kung hindi aligned yung mindset mo, hindi aligned yung attitude mo, and wala kang passion for that.
Correct. Here.
I am a nurse by profession. I am a law graduate. I am managing a hospital. I am taking up my masteral. But I still cannot let go of coffee. So, Yun. So, to end, thank you very much po for listening.
Galing,
So,
galing.
questions,
Solid, solid.
please,
Let's
questions.
all give a
I
round
don't know,
of
I hope
applause.
nainganyo kayo.
Galing, galing. Magsa-start na kami farm mamaya. Galing, galing, galing. Thank
Do
you.
backyard farming.
Mm.
Magtanim kayo ng 10 trees muna sa likod. So, wag lang ornamental plants. Wag lang puro basil.
Mm.
Kape din. Yeah.
Okay, so
Ano?
okay, Q&A portion tayo, guys. If you want to ask questions for Miss Brenda, you can just type in your questions, or you can turn on your mic, you can talk. And also, yan yung information ni Master Brenda. She has her email address, her contact number, her email, and her, what else? Ay, ma'am, question lang. Anong sabihin ng JAC
Yes po.
Farms? JAC. What it stands for?
Okay.
Hmm.
Before kasi the farm was registered as Claver, but because nasa politics yung both sides, my family and their family, I don't like to associate it with politics.
Okay.
So, I registered it as JAC. JAC stands for Jane Abea Claver, my mother-in-law. She gave me the farm. So, in return, pinangalan ko sa kanya yung business. Yun po.
Nice.
So, yan.
That's good. Okay. Sige. Ay, Master Brenda, sige, stop na natin yung sharing ng screen natin.
Okay.
Tapos, mag-Q&A portion na tayo, guys. Yan, go ahead, guys, for those who have questions for Ma'am Brenda. You can just type in your questions. And yeah.
Okay, sige po. Let's share. Let's help each other.
Okay,
po.
go.
A lot of people really need to understand how coffee is being processed, how coffee is being roasted, everything about coffee.
Correct,
Kasi
correct.
yung iba kasi ang tingin nila sa coffee, it's just a drink. I
Mm-hmm.
don't see it that way. I see it na in every cup ng coffee, there is always a story.
Nice.
It may be of
Likewise,
the
likewise.
processor.
Galing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It may be of the farmer. It may be how the processing is done. Diba?
Okay.
So, may story yan.
True
So,
that.
you look at coffee in a different way.
Correct, correct.
This is so inspiring. Sobrang appreciate ko na.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, question number 1. Paano po yung yellow, red, and black honey? So,
Okay.
what do you mean? Oh my God.
The types of honey processed coffee will depend on the amount of mucilage that is left on the coffee beans kapag na-depulp mo po siya.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi when we pulp a coffee, we need a running water. Kailangan meron siyang tubig.
Mm-hmm.
So pag nilalagay ko siya sa batya, sa flotation device namin, and then isineseparate ko yung mga what do you call this, floaters or yung mga lumutang. So naiiwan is yung sinkers. So pag kumuha ako ng tabo, tapos may kasama na siyang tubig, ipapadaan ko po siya dun sa may pulper.
Mm-hmm.
Now, syempre, dahil may tubig siya, pag nakiskis yan, may effect na magwa-wash off, may mawa-wash off siya doon. So, it depends on the amount of the mucilage. Tapos, pagkatapos po nun, ibibilad ko po siya. And how the amount of mucilage and how is the sun affecting yung panag-dry niya. Kaya it will have a different different types ng honey method. Now, I've seen this from different areas na pinagkukuhanan ko ng coffee. So, dun sa farm namin, if I do the honey process, I produce yellow honey. But in areas na sobrang totally shaded or marami siyang shade, tapos high elevated pa siya, high elevated area, high elevation area, high altitude area, they produce more on the red and the black.
I see.
Black honey. Yun po.
Okay. Thank you for that question and answer. Who else? Who else has questions? Ay, meron tayo dun sa taas. From...
Hi, Miss Brenda.
Go ahead, Sheena. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
I have a question po. For those who are really interested to start or like to have their own coffee farm, what is the starting capital po?
Yan.
And ano yung recommended land area nyo in terms of hectares po for those who want to start up a coffee farm business?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. We do not encourage na mag-spend muna kayo in a hectareage unless you are really may malaki kang puhunan. Now, you can always start with even square meters, kahit pa 300 square meters, pwede ka na mag-start sa coffee, or kahit pa backyard mo pwede ka na mag-start sa coffee. The thing is with that, when you start a coffee, when you plant a coffee, you get that feeling na, oy, aabangan ko to. So nandun yung passion mo.
Something
So
to look forward to. Yes.
Aalagaan mo siya, 'di ba? And then dun na susunod-sunod na yan. Okay, I want to expand. Kasi nga nakikita mo na siya na magiging business na talaga siya.
Yes.
So depende sa fund mo, and then doon sa may area mo, it does not have to be hectareage. Even 100 square meters or 100 or 200 or even 50 square meters, pwede ka nang mag-start. The thing is, you start somewhere. It may not be super big as long as you start somewhere, and then doon na malalaman. Kasi pag nag-start ka ng hectareage tapos di mo pala nagustuhan, give up ka, paano na yung puhunan mo?
Tama.
'Di ba? So masasayang. Kaya you start small. Start small lang po. Then doon ka na mag-expand later kapag talaga nakita mo na you really want to go into this kind of business. Now sa land preparation, know the area that you have. Anong elevation mo? Anong klase ng terrain mo? Is it plateau? Is it sloping? Anong altitude mo para malaman mo kung ano yung variety ang itatanim mo. Kapag 900 meters above sea level lang and below, I suggest you plant Robusta, Excelsa, Liberica. Pag nasa 900 meters pataas naman ang altitude mo, go for Arabica. Why? Kasi mas gusto ni Arabica ang ang matataas na area, yung mga cool places. You can also plant Robusta. It will really have a very, very good taste. But tinitignan mo rito is yung also business side eh. Ano ba yung tatanim ko sa high altitude? High altitude na. May bentahe na ako. So, bentahe ko na yung area ko. So, magtatanim na ako ng coffee na mas mahal.
Yeah.
Hindi ko ba? Ganon.
Nice.
And then, do the land preparation. So, never plant a coffee na direct sunlight po. What we did was, we planted kawkawate dun sa mga area. I don't know, tawag ba sa kawkawate in other terms. And then, tinaniman namin ng acacia sa tabi. 10 by 10 or 8 by 8 square meters yung acacia. Tsaka kami nagtanim, after a year and a half, nagtanim kami ng kape. So, the kawkawate serve as the temporary shade for the coffee while tumutubo yung acacia. So, by the time po na malaki na si acacia, pinuputol na namin si kawkawate, ginagawa na namin siyang drip food for orchids. Ganun po.
Nice. Okay. Next question.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, we have one from Master Lyndon. What are the varieties of
sir.
Arabica in Kalinga? Ayun.
In Kalinga po, may nakita ako doon na tipika, pero iilan lang siya. And then, ang problem po kasi doon, they do not know the difference between Arabica and Robusta. So, they were harvesting it at the same time. Ang tawag nito, yung tipika po ang nakita ko doon. But there was one in Kalinga na Chaya. There was one in Kalinga, specifically in Pasil. Meron kasing foreign funded na organization doon. We call it the Heroica Coffee. It's in Pasil. Nag-put up sila ng plantation doon ng Catimor, red bourbon, yellow bourbon. Yun po yung tinanim nila doon. So, nandun pa lang sila sa, I think third year na ngayon. Mag-harvest pa lang po sila this coming harvest season. Pero I haven't tasted po yung coffee po nila doon. Pero I was able to visit it last month lang. Kasi
Okay.
nagpa-assist.
Okay. And another question from Athena. Would it be possible to plant coffee trees in flatlands like in Nueva Ecija? Is this Nueva Ecija? Yeah. For flatlands,
Yes
possible
po,
ba?
Yes. Yes po. Kalinga, dito sa farm namin, it's more on flatland. Dito sa farm mismo ng JAC Farms. But in other areas, yan. Yung importante lang is yung support nyo dun sa may coffee. Coffee is suitable in any area in the Philippines. Kasi may mga kilala po ako taga sa sa Isihan na may mga kape. May Isiya sa Bungabon. Meron po.
Mhm.
May kape sila doon. Doon sa may, ano bang bundok doon? Oh my God. Nakalimutan ko yung bundok. Sierra Madre.
Ayun.
Sa baba ng Sierra Madre, maraming, na part ng Nueva Ecija, maraming kape po doon.
Mm.
Ang problem lang, na natap, hindi pa ako natatap doon, pero may mga nag-i-inquire na sa akin tungkol dun sa may coffee doon. Ino-organize lang yata ng DTI nila, so I could come and visit yung place.
Mhm.
But suitable po dun sa may flat. Yung mga may idle lands dyan, please go into production. Kasi ang dami na pong, nakita niyo naman po, sangkatutak na ang mga sellers. The problem is the supply.
Correct. Okay. And question from Jonathan. Average quantity na pwede ma-harvest sa isang coffee tree?
The ideal is 6 kilos.
6 kilos per tree. Okay.
Yes, ideal. Pero long shot kung hindi mo alagaan yung coffee.
Okay. And then,
so, yung mga low harvest is because yung improper maintenance, yung farm management. Kaya yung iba, nakaka 1 kilo. Ako, nakaka 2 kilos lang ako. So, hindi ko pa nakukuha yung full potential ng coffee. Pero continuous pa rin naman.
I see. Okay. And question from Za.
Cherries, sir.
Go ahead.
6 kilos cherries.
6 kilos. Okay.
Cherries.
Okay. Ito yung kay Za. Yung coffee grading po ba, ma'am, ay every pag-process ng coffee? So, is it safe to ask the seller ng coffee grade once nakalagay na siya sa label ng premium?
Ano, sir? Again?
I don't know if you can can you see the chat ba, ma'am? Nasa taas yung question nasa pinakataas. From Za. Try to scroll up. And then yung question niya. When it comes
Ano po, pwede bang si Sir Zach, baka pwede pong magsalita po kayo. Hindi ko mahanap eh. Sorry.
Ako rin, nawala na rin ako. Nasaan yung question niya? Ayun, kay Za. Hello, are you there?
Hello po.
Ayun, okay, go ahead.
Net ko kaya tinype ko na lang.
Okay, it's okay. Yan, clear.
Yung grading ay kada process. Tama po ba yan?
Yes po. Yan.
Yung kada process ng coffee beans. The reason that we are doing sa green grading ng coffee beans is doon sa mga buyers who are looking for graded coffee. So, marami po kasing mga buyers ang hindi aware sa graded coffee. Grade 1 ba siya, grade 2, grade 3. Now, the reason why we do that is if the farmer wants to sell it for a higher price, ipapag-green grade niya sa amin yung coffee po. And also, that way we could tell also yung kanyang buyer na si seller, si farmer A, grade 1 po yung nakita namin na coffee beans niya. Pero that is talagang when we do the green grading kasi dito sa province, meron kaming third person, si Ma'am Sunshine, na siya yung aming siya yung nag-i-encrypt or nagko-code ng mga samples. That way, when we do the green grading and the cupping, hindi namin kilala si farmer.
I see.
Kasi po madami na nasa market na nagki-claim na premium yung kanilang coffee bean. So, gusto ko lang po talaga magkaroon ng idea kung saan sila nakakakuha ng basis for premium na label.
Tingin ko, number 1, wala po magsasabi na commercial ang kanilang coffee. Number 2, hindi rin po sila magmamayabang na sasabihin fine quality or specialty ang kanyang kape. So, nandun siya sa safe side, sasabihin niya premium.
Yun lang pala.
Yun
Makes
lang.
sense.
Pero the only way talaga to identify is it will go to the process po talaga siya ng green grading.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. One question then, which is better to operate your business, an association or solo proprietorship? And the pros and cons. I believe na you said na mas okay na mag-sole pro, no, ma'am? Correct?
on my part, sir,
Mm.
sa part ko, okay lang ang sole proprietor
Mm.
kasi number one, hawak ko po ang oras ko. Number two, ako lang po yung mag-iisip, ako lang po yung mga problema, ako lang po yung magde-decide.
Correct. Mm.
So, when it comes po sa ang cons naman po ng being a sole proprietor, you cannot get grants from government agencies. You cannot get free equipment. Wala po. So ako bibiling ko talaga siya lahat. Pero yun nga, at least wala akong sakit ng ulo. When it
Correct.
comes naman po sa mga co-op organizations or group, lahat po yan ipo-provide ng dito sa amin, DTI, they're providing for all the trainings. DOSC, they're all providing all the equipment from the roaster to the pulper, to the huller, even to the packaging. Kasama po yan. Pati po dun sa when you do the branding or yung paggawa po ng mga label nyo, kasama po yan. So, yun yung bentahin nila. But then again, yun nga po, ayoko po na sakit ng ulo. Yun. Kaya,
Tsaka
mas dun ako sa may,
tsaka you're the only one to blame kung may problema.
Tama. Tama.
So, yan. Okay, a question from Rona. Is it feasible po ba to practice coffee farming on large pots?
Yes po.
Ay, sorry. Go ahead. Sino yan? Go ahead, guys.
Later na. Finish mo na yun.
Ay, sige. Yeah, yes, coach. Okay, yung question muna kay Rona. Ito nga, is it feasible po ba to practice coffee farming on large pots? Actually,
Large
pots.
pots? Pots? Pots. Okay. How large? Kasi knowing Robusta, spreading po kanyang routing system. So, not unless your diameter is like 2 meters or 3 meters, pwede po ang Robusta doon. For Arabica naman, pailalim po siya. So, not unless the depth ng inyong pot is sobrang nasa 1 meter pwede siguro. But it's not advisable.
Okay.
I mean, sayang naman yung coffee tree na nilagay mo sa pot. Hindi siya magiging
I see.
Hindi siya lalaki ng maayos. Puro sementado po ba yung area, ma'am? Bakit po sa coffee pot? Wala po bang kahit maliit na garden or...
Hi, ma'am. Rinig niyo po ako.
Ayan, go ahead, Rona.
Yes, ma'am.
Bali, po siya? Hindi po siya for selling or growing talaga na malaki. Parang gusto ko lang po kasi i-try.
Okay.
Kasi sa condo po kami. So, balcony farming po yun.
I see.
namin.
Oy, okay yan, ha? May coffee tree sa condo.
Yun, ma'am. Siguro ang pwede sa inyo is Arabica, pero I don't know how long it will live kasi talagang pailalim siya. For Robusta, you might need a bigger pot po, a wider pot to grow it. Kasi yung roasting system niya po ang kailangan natin masuportahan. Po.
Okay.
Okay, thank you po.
Ay, Coach, go ahead. Go ask your question, Coach.
Okay, yung question ko is, how high is the minimum elevation for Arabica?
Yeah.
Para mag-thrive
Diba
din si Arabica. Ano yung minimum
sa ibang
elevation
areas nga po, sa ibang areas po, sir, umabot sila ng 2,000 yung mga imported beans natin.
Ay, wow.
If you check yung other countries, umabot siya ng 2,000 yung kanyang elevation. The reason po na masasarap ang kape from high elevated area is yung panag-fruiting niya, parang dahan-dahan siyang lumalaki, dahan-dahan siyang nade-develop yung kanyang flavors. So, hindi siya mabilisan unlike sa low elevation area or the low altitude area. So, parang nag-groom niya ba? Kumbaga, nag-groom niya or nade-develop niya ng maigi yung lasa. Kaya, ang high elevated areas, they really produce better quality or better cup taste when it comes dun po sa coffee. Yun po.
Okay. Jimmer, you have a question?
Yeah. Hi, Ma'am Brenda.
Next, my next
ma'am.
question is about the variety of...
Sige. Ikaw muna, Coach Miko.
Ay, sige, one more from Coach. Okay, go ahead.
Yung mga varieties yung Arabica, di ba? Ito yung last question ko.
Okay.
Yung mga varieties ng Arabica, iba-iba yung varieties. How does it affect the cup, or and also how do you know the varieties of Arabica?
Marami-rami po, talaga pong actually, yung mga nalalaman natin ang Arabica ngayon, there are thousands more of species ng Arabica. But yung commercial is iilan lang. We have the Catimor, we have the Mondonovo, yung mga mas marami kasi na-produce kayo yung mga namamarket. But in other countries, they have that. In Ethiopia, there are thousands of species of Arabica. Now, may kanya-kanyang feature po yan. When it comes to sa may leaves niya, when it comes to sa may berries niya, magkakaiba-iba po ang feature din yan. Pero yung talagang i-discuss po ngayon, baka hindi ko masasagot lahat ang mga tanong.
Okay.
Pero magkakaiba po lahat yun. Madami po siya, thousands. Ang daming species ng The problem with with Robusta naman, there are not that much write-ups about Robusta. Ang alam lang namin is about sa Robusta, or the species of Robusta is R1, R2, R3, R4. We don't even know yung difference nung apat na yon. In other books, I've read about Neganda and Erecta. Pero ang feature niya is Neganda, palapad or spreading. Ang Erecta is, what do you call this? Tumataas. So, ang problem is, paano pag nag-topping kami, hindi ko na alam kung si Neganda yon or si Erecta yon. Pero yun nga, kasi nga, always na parang panghalo lang pang blend lang kasi si Robusta, and it was not considered as a coffee that could stand on its own. Kaya there are no write-ups, hindi binigyan ng importansya, unlike the one that they're doing with Arabica. But now na marami ng lumalabas that fine Robusta, or Robusta that could even be at par or mahigitan pa yung lasa ng ibang Robusta sa other countries, maganda. Pero yun nga, who will do that? Wala pa akong nababasa. But ang good thing nun is lumalaban tayo sa ibang bansa. So that would encourage the farmers to plant more.
Nice.
Salamat po.
Ayan. Thank you, Coach, for that question. Okay, go ahead, Jimmer. Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead, Jimmer.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Ma'am Brenda.
Hi po.
Gaano ba yung ka-important yung difference ng shade-grown coffee versus yung direct sunlight coffee? Kasi normally yung nalalaman ko is all from yung research online, videos, documentaries. But from your perspective as a grower, yung di ba ina-highlight mo yung shade-grown coffee. So what can you say about yung importance ng shade-grown coffee versus yung sa direct sunlight? I think Sir Lyndon also has the same question as me.
Okay. Yung shade-grown coffee kasi, ang coffee, pag yan is hindi siya water-assisted or wala kang drip irrigation sa iyong coffee farm, and then very open siya, buti kung everyday mo siyang didiligan, it can support itself, mamumunga siya, mabubuhay siya. So yung viability ng plant ang number one na kailangan mong i-consider. Pag sobrang exposed siya, do you think kaya mo siyang support na didiligan mo siya? Hindi, di ba? Hindi niya kaya yon. Also, it affects yung coffee beans. Like yung nakita natin, yung mga, dun sa mga defects na pinakita ko kanina, meron mga withered beans na napoproduce kasi nga super dry. Hindi kulang siya sa nutrients, kulang siya sa water, hindi na de-develop ng husto yung beans, nagkakaroon siya ng underdevelopment kasi walang sumusupport sa kanya. Now, for the shade-grown trees, just because hindi naman typical na what do you call this? Yung coffee is hindi siya typical na halaman na pwede natin siyang diligan. The shade will protect also the coffee from being too dry. So, yung survival niya mas mataas kesa sa unshaded. Also, yung mga shade-grown kasi na trees, yung 'di ba, ang plant naglalagas yan ng dahon. Yung dahon niya na yon, kaya nga ang coffee natin very seldom yung mga nagpo-fertilize . Yung mga dahon na yon, lalo na ang acacia, it has that high nitrogen content. Kasi nakita niyo naman na acacia, di ba?
Yes.
Maglalagas yan. Maglalagas yan. May season yan na maglalagas. Even nara, maglalagas yung mga yan. So, yung content nila, yung high nitrogen content nila, that will help, that will be used, parang natural fertilizer na ng plant.
Yeah, okay. So,
But
parang nabomulch yung mga dried leaves.
Yes,
Yung,
yun.
it promotes yung
It
soil
promotes
moisture.
yung moisture, tapos, yun nga, hindi naman, walang ano eh. Pati kami, ako nagdidilig ako ng farm, honestly. Kasi talagang,
Pero yung farm mo ba, Ma'am Brenda, is may drip irrigation siya? Yung parang
Wala po.
nice. So, all natural
wala.
talaga?
Oo.
Okay.
Wala kaming drip irrigation, pero na-try ko in 2017 yung sobrang El Nino. I experienced that na talagang yung mga naka-expose na coffee is talagang nag-yellow na siya. Nagdidilig ka, nagda-dry up siya. Nagdidilig kami twice a week, as in talagang bumili kami ng limang power sprayers. Tapos yung mga tangke ilalagay ko sa likod nung hihilain nung traktor.
Okay.
Iikot kami
May
dun sa may
pump.
farm, magdidilig
Yes,
lang talaga siya.
Kasi
Kasi talagang kawawa eh. Pero mayroon kasi nagbigay sa amin ng advice na mali. Nagpa-rejuvenate sila sa amin. The problem is hindi nila sinabi na mag-rejuvenate kami during rainy season. And this was the time ng 2009, 2007 na wala pa ako sa coffee. Pero in-advise nila na mag-rejuvenate. So nag-rejuvenate yung mga kasama namin doon. The problem is almost 50% to 40% to 50% namatay yung coffee.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
kasi yun, nag-rejuvenate, hindi siya coffee season. Walang support na water. Kaya I really overemphasize that rejuvenation should be done during the rainy season.
Nice.
Unless meron kayong drip irrigation.
Okay. I have one more question, Ma'am Brenda. Sorry, Sir John.
Yeah, go ahead, Jimmer. Go ahead.
Kasi mostly I've read yung online is yung aside yung sa production scale, but would you agree na yung coffee cherries from shade-grown coffee produces much more higher quality? It's because it produces less cherries than yung sa open? Kasi yung shade-grown coffee daw, since it takes time na yung pag-produce niya ng cherries, and then hindi siya ganun kadami, and it turns into mas nade-develop niya yung sugars ng coffee cherries.
I do not agree, sir. Kasi sa farm namin, mas maraming bunga yung mga shade grown kesa yung open.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
Mas sa area namin here in Kalinga at saka yung mga farms po na hawak ko po, mas more ang fruit na lumalabas kapag shade grown. The reason po na mas marami kang prutas or mas maraming bunga ang iyong coffee is because walang nag-aagawan or kukonti yung mga branches or kukonti yung mga berries po, di ba? So, mas napoproduce niya. The problem is, as a farmer, would I want a lesser Would I want a lesser harvest than a high quantity na harvest? Kaya doon po pumapasok yung rejuvenation. The reason kung bakit mababa ang harvest or mababa ang yield ng coffee is because hindi kayang suportahan ni tree lahat yung kanyang mga branches sa dami-dami. Kaya what we are advocating is we only maintain 4 to 5. Kumbaga sa mga anak, mas masusuportahan mo yung dalawa kaysa yung 5. I'm not saying na bad na magkaroon ng maraming anak ha. Pero the saying is yung magdi-divide ka ng whatever resources you have. So same siya sa tree. Kung the more branches na sinusuportahan niya, mas mahihirapan siya. Yung iba nga may 10 branches, hindi mo na mabilang kung anong branches pa. Yung sanga pa niya nagkaroon pa ulit ng sanga. Kaya that we are doing is the rejuvenation and we are removing the water sprouts para mas maganda yung 5 branches na maraming bunga kaysa yung maraming branches na iilan lang ang bunga. So sa farm management po talaga yon. So merong effect. So it's up to you if you want a high yield, then do rejuvenation, do pruning, ganun po. And then do yung fertilization, apply organic fertilizer.
Nice.
Okay, thank you very much, Brenda, Ma'am Brenda. Actually,
Yun po.
it's different yung result mo from what I've read, pero hindi ko na yung ma-check yung source. Pero sige lang. But I think
Okay.
siguro it's all boils down yung documentation siguro, yung sa production natin dito sa Pilipinas is not just, hindi siya gaano ka-documented as
Yes.
compared dun sa other countries. Kasi mostly yung I read yung journals online is yung from Central and South American farms and mostly din from yung sa African farms.
Kung napansin niyo po, yung farms in other countries, open field. Napansin niyo po ba yung
Yes,
mga
Yes,
especially yung
Yeah.
sa Brazil.
Yeah,
Correct.
Brazil, Colombia, open field sila. Why? Because yung humidity sa area nila, it's not hot.
Oh.
Yung iba pa nga di ba? Kahit man nasa 36 degrees na sila, naka-coat pa sila. Kasi maganda yung humidity sa area nila. Unlike dito sa Philippines, ang init-init, kahit nga nasa below 30 ka pa, mainit pa rin yun sa atin.
Oh, mainit pa yun.
Oo.
Okay.
Kaya yung tingin ko doon is yung the humidity, it affects yung growing condition din yung growing condition din ng plant. Kasi sila, they could do open field farming. In the Philippines, we do not suggest open field farming kasi we tried that, nag-cut kami ng mga puno, maraming namatay. So I will not suggest open field farming.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Brenda. I think this also answers yung question ni Mr. Linda.
Yan. Ayos.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, and we'll answer 4 more questions before we go to our raffle. And we have one from Arcel. I think the main question for Arcel is, are you open ba, Ma'am Brenda, for invitation to do a talk for local farmers?
Yes po. Basta I find coffee relaxing.
Okay. Sige, Arcel, if you want to push that, you can actually message Ma'am Brenda. Yan, kayo na mag-usap with regards to your plan. Okay? Okay, question from Sheena. Pest control measure do you use to avoid the borers?
The borers po, we do, dahil sa lawak po ng area namin, talagang year-round kami talagang nagwi-weeding. We remove the weeds. We use yung cutter. Gumagamit po kami doon. The problem is pag rainy season, pag umalis ka na doon, dahil ulan ng ulan, after 1 week, babalikan na namin ulit yung area na yon just to do weeding out ng mga grass. So proper maintenance lang po. Ang naging problem ko when I started yung sa may coffee in the farm, problema ko ang aphids, problema ko ang langgam, problema ko ang sooty molds, problema ko ang yung itim doon sa may leaves ng coffee. So yung photosynthesis is not properly hindi proper yung hindi nagkakaroon ng proper photosynthesis kasi nakokoveran ng black substance yung coffee trees. So ang ginawa lang namin is we maintain cleanliness sa may surroundings. We cut, we weed out, and then lahat ng mga kumakalat-kat, yung mga vines, talagang tinatanggal namin doon. Kaya ang maintenance ko ng farm, it's not really easy. Doon sa may coffee borers naman po, pag napansin namin na meron lang starting to dry out yung leaves, so talagang titignan namin hahanapin namin kung saan pumasok yung stem borer. Kasi definitely, there will be a hole po doon. Tapos makikita mo dun sa may grounds, meron yung puti-puti. So yun yung pinagborowan niya, yun yung pinagsukan niya. And then 3 inches below that hole, we cut. Kinakat po namin yun. Para that way, tapos sinusunod na namin yung branch or ginagawa na namin siyang panggatong para hindi na siya dumami kaagad.
I see.
Yun po. Dun sa may berry borer naman, we do not, dahil sa inaabangan namin yung ripening stages ng mga coffee berries, pag may hinahinog, we harvest. Then after 2 weeks, babalikan namin. Pag may nahinog, we harvest. We do not leave anything na andun sa may coffee tree. Kasi dun po mag-start or dun mabubuhay or dun maglalagay or dun mamamahay yung coffee borer po. So those are the simple farm practices that we do, and we were able naman to what do you call this, to control yung mga pests.
Okay. Sorry, we missed Grace question earlier. May effect po ba ang tree sa paligid ng coffee tree sa magiging taste notes ng coffee beans? Yeah, does it affect the taste notes or it's just for protection, ma'am?
Ah, napansin ko siya sa Nara trees. Even in Ilocos Sur,
Mm.
yung coffee ni Sir Asyong, Rodolfo Asyong, if you know him, dun sa may Quirino. Tapos may farm din siya sa baba ng Tirad Pass. Ang nakapalibot sa kanya, nakapalibot doon is Nara.
Mhm.
And then I have area here na mini-maintain ko dito sa Kalinga na Nara din. I don't know why or paano yung magiging kwan niya, pero it has really an effect. Kahit na magkatabi lang yung farm, pero yung isa is mas maraming Nara kaysa sa Acacia, magkakaiba eh. Iba yung lasa. So, the science into it, siguro we would need more talagang write-ups about it. But I napansin ko na gano'n, tapos napansin din ng ibang mga Q graders na kasama ko na gano'n. Kaya yung ginagawa namin is, aside from Acacia, we intercrop with Nara. So, the science po, I have no research about it. Napansin ko lang po dun sa mga coffee na na-harvest namin.
Nice. Okay. And, yeah, one last question. May alam po ba kayo na pwedeng pagkuhanan ng Liberica for planting? And yes, it's getting rare na rin yung Belica. And ang dami na rin mga fake beans na lumalabas. So, yeah.
The Liberica, isa yan na pinupush ng DA. Actually, it's one of the high-value crops ang coffee that is being pushed by DA, even by the national government. Kaya meron yung time na since 2016, free ang seedlings, free ang farm inputs, free ang assistance, because they want everybody to they want
Okay, let me just mute. Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
wala na ako. Sorry.
Okay, nasa na tayo?
Yeah. So they're going into talagang yun ang concentration ng national government. Now, when it comes to the Liberica, they're also pushing that because it can also grow in areas na same as growing conditions ng Robusta. Kasi it's more, Liberica is higher price than Robusta. It has more caffeine content, it's more full-bodied, so the bitterness is really high than Robusta. So on the side of the farmer, mas magiging kwan siya, di ba? Profitable siya. Mas maganda siya magiging kwan ng business. The problem is here, we are still not recognizing Liberica as a coffee that could be yun sa may quality, di ba? Dun sa may cupping or dun sa may wala pa tayong standards na nagagawa or wala pang standards na nasusunod when it comes to sa may Liberica. Even dun sa may Philippine Coffee Quality Competition, there were entries of the Liberica na samples, but ang nakwan lang namin, ang nakap lang namin for the competition is the Arabica and then the Robusta. But we cut the Liberica just to give the profile notes of Liberica. But we did not grade, we did not do the green grading, kasi nga, wala pa tayong standards, wala pang standards na nabubuo for the Liberica coffee. But for me, you can do sections or you can plant the different varieties dun sa area nyo na if you see it suitable to be grown in your area. Why not? Kasi on the business side, mas more expensive ang Liberica. And a lot of people are also looking for Liberica coffee. Ang dami lang talagang fake. Nasasabi yung Liberica. Tapos titignan mo yung beans niya. It's a combination of Excelsa and Robusta. So, the buyer should also be aware. So, kung ako yung buyer, mag-iisip ako.
Mm.
If I'm going to resell, kailangan alam ko yung product na nire-resell ko. Di magtanong ka sa
Correct.
magtanong kay farmer, magtanong sa supplier
Mm.
para alam mo yung hindi ka mawawala. Kasi maraming mga resellers that I really take time to share sa kanila. Sabihin nila, ma'am, pasensya, marami kaming tanong. Sabi ko, shoot, okay lang.
Mm.
Ask as many questions as you want.
Mm.
Kasi the more that I share, that means you can also share it to others.
Correct. Pay it
So,
forward.
mas
Yeah.
maganda yung ganun. Yun po.
Nice.
Next.
Okay. Okay. Are we guys good?
I hope.
Did you guys learn a lot from our master? Actually, ako, to be honest, na-inspired, hindi lang naman siguro ako, siguro lahat tayo dito na-inspire when it comes to farming na. Siguro I might try to look for a spot in my backyard tomorrow. Let's see if we can work that out. Okay?
Hey.
Okay. Are you...
1 tree at a time.
Yan, correct yan, correct. Okay, sige. Let's do our special raffle. Yung price natin to be announced tomorrow morning. Para may suspense naman, okay? Are you guys ready for our raffle? Okay, so okay. And for the raffle, the question should be type in. Number 1 rule is wrong spelling is wrong. Pabilisan. Okay, you guys ready? Sana nakinig kayo sa lahat ng sinabi ni Ma'am Brenda kasi manggagaling yung tanong ko dun. Okay? Kasi actually, nag-notes ako eh. So, this is for you guys. Okay? Ready na kayo guys? Who's ready? Who's ready? Okay. Okay. We have 28 participants minus 2 kami ni Ma'am Brenda. So, 26 participants.
Ay, hindi na ako kasama.
Oo, syempre ma'am. Ikaw na yung... Okay, ready na guys? Okay,
Go.
okay. Okay, the question is the $1 million question. Okay, this is gonna be hard. Pabilisan lang mag-type. Okay. Kanina sa stream natin ngayon, may tumatakol na aso, 'di ba? So my question would be, ano yung breed ng aso ni Ma'am Brenda? Sino makakahula ng breed ng aso ni Ma'am Brenda? Yun ang mananalo ng prize. Seryosong tanong yan, guys. We have Shih Tzu. Ako, hula ko. Parang Pomeranian yan eh. Beagle, Maltese. We have Husky from Coach. Pomeranian. Do we have the correct answer, ma'am? May nakahula ba ng tanong ko? Or wala pa?
Tignan ko yung nauna.
Okay.
Meron nakasagot.
Oy, meron na. Sino kaya yun? What's the correct answer, ma'am?
Shih Tzu. Sir Jaymor.
Yun! Si Jaymor nanalo. Tingnan natin.
Siya ba?
Siya ba pinakauna nag-type ng Shih Tzu?
Ay, si Ma'am Aryan.
I think si Aryan.
Sorry, Sir Jaymor. No, mas mabilis yung Aryan.
Wait lang. Wrong spelling is wrong, guys. So, let me just check the correct spelling for... what's the correct spelling for the Shih Tzu?
Sir Jaymor.
Is it, may H siya, no? S-H-I-H? Correct? Is that correct, guys?
Yes po.
There you go. There you have it. I'm sorry, Aryan. You got it right, but you got the wrong spelling, though. So, yeah, I think Jimmer got it. Okay na ba yan? Jimmer? Okay, nice. Okay, so guys, sorry, we have a winner. And Jimmer, our mystery prize will be revealed tomorrow. So, sit back and relax and wait for your prize. Yung sa mga gusto po magpa-raffle dyan, let us know. We're open for donations kung sino gusto magpahabol ng raffle. Yes, we have one again tomorrow, Sheena. Yes, we have raffle. And our guest speaker for tomorrow is no other than our master, Sergio Lun. Sergio Lun, are you still here? He's going to be our guest speaker for tomorrow. And another Farm to Cup episode. And we will know Sergio Lun's story. Hi, Master. Ayan. Sergio Lune's story about his coffee journey when it comes to farming, and some Q&A also will be held tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Are we guys good? Did you guys learn a lot? And if you have any follow-up concerns, follow-up questions to Ma'am Brenda, I think, Ma'am, okay lang po ba na mag-message sila sa inyo?
Yeah.
Anytime. Ayan. Very
Yes.
good.
Yes, anytime.
Nice, nice.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
again,
I
yeah.
hope I was able to impart. Yeah, I hope I was able to impart some knowledge and then more information about the coffee, and then please understand that lalo na sa on the part of the
Mm.
farmers, we are not asking for ito, mahal na presyo ng coffee, but only yung nababagay na presyo dun sa coffee, considering the efforts, the time that we na ginugugol namin sa
Mm.
pag-aalaga ng coffee. So yun po. So malit lang yung mga profit margin namin, but we certainly can give you a quality coffee.
Nice.
Thank you
Very
very
well
much
said.
po.
Ma'am,
And
thank you
I
so
hope
much. Thank you, thank
meron
you.
kayong natutunan.
Galing, galing.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay. And don't worry, guys. Dun sa mga latecomers, this will be uploaded on YouTube naman. So you can watch the whole stream. Okay? Okay. Are we guys good? Did you had fun? Let me just stop the recording.